So what do you think, Lee?
Well,
I mean, it's, to me, looking at this Ian McLennan guy, I don't think we can go straight over to his place. But he's obviously got something going on.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, Tom.
I'm late, guys.
That's all right. We'll just kind of get started here.
Chrome working tonight?
So far so good.
Seems to be working better without Discord on. Hopefully.
Yeah, everybody should just exit out of Discord. I think that might help.
Okay.
I'll put it in here. I took my laptop apart and cleaned out the fan. I think that helped a lot too. It was pretty dirty.
I read that article. That was interesting.
With that Roman transcript?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, 3 pieces of something. Isn't that what that guy said he had or he found or something? Or he thought he found?
Yeah, it was a disc. There was mention, I think, in the Stanford letter of something. What was it?
Yeah. And the sword sounded cool.
All he really said was, Miss Chantrain has advised me of your recent successes and informed me of the item you require. I fear that it will be some time before I find it, as there are 2 Americans digging at what I believe to be the site of the temple. 2 of my people are working for the Americans, and it may be that they will accomplish all for me. I realize that you are most anxious to obtain it, but I feel caution and discretion to be the better course of action. And since that, I believe you guys found out that the McQuarrie brothers, some local farmers, actually were out there helping Hancock at the dig.
Yeah, we should probably go talk to them.
Remember, in the letter from McBain to the people in Boston, they said that they had people working on the dig site.
Oh.
So those guys are probably...
They're dirty.
Shady dudes. Just, you know, I'm pretty sure, we want to go back and look at that, but I'm pretty sure they intimated that.
Yeah, it's these guys, Andrew and Jamie McQuarrie.
Yeah, those...
There was something else that mentioned these 3 pieces, though. I remember hearing that somewhere else. The pieces of this thing. Where else did we hear something?
I don't know, Tom. I'm trying to think if there's any other reference.
Maybe it was way back when Harry Campbell ran this campaign for us, like in 1986.
No. Okay.
That's probably what it is.
Didn't Harry give us a letter?
I don't recall anything else that may have mentioned it.
I'll have to ponder that. Maybe it was the letter you just spoke of.
Although there was, I can give you this. If you guys remember when you were down underneath the lodge, down in the caves down there, there was an altar, like a bloody altar down there. Well, it was all dried blood and shit, and there was a curtain.
Oh, yeah.
And Edgar Casey looked back behind the curtain and saw a visage of, Cthulhu, stomping on people and shit. And above his head, there was some semblance of a sigil or some kind of round disc that looked like the sun. And he just mentioned that to you. I don't think any of you guys actually looked at it. But that would probably cross your mind that there was some kind of symbol or disc-like thing on that.
I don't mention this being ever a disc, but I remember said they were looking for pieces. I thought the witch was looking for pieces or something. Like she found a piece or was looking for a piece, or somebody had a piece.
They're probably looking for that medallion that they couldn't. What did they end up melting that medallion down in that recount of the Roman Legion? I can't recall.
No, I don't think so. It's in the handouts here. If you scroll down, it's down here. The mention of the disc is where it says
Marcus cut down a certain.
Nepos ordered Marcus to pursue a man called Belphegor, and he was also to try to find a golden disc with intricate carving and strange runes and destroy it. And then later it says, after many months of searching, they finally confronted Belphegor on the shores of a lake. The serpent people had a temple to Sothoth the Great.
Sorry about that, guys.
Nemesian led his troops in an attack from the east while Marcus slipped in from the west, and they met inside the temple where the last guards were slain, but Belphegor had fled through a door to another world.
Yeah.
And then it says he cut down the serpent priest with his sword, and he tried to break the golden disc. The sword cut through the disc, and with a few strokes, the disc was cut into 3 sections.
Great piece. Yeah, so they never melted it down.
It doesn't say anything like that in the Roman account.
It was just separated into 3 sections.
Yeah, so that's what she's looking for.
Yeah, and I don't
Isn't there a
recall
letter though from the guy or something? I thought somebody mentioned something about acquiring something he had one.
Yes, Andrew Kennedy, the archaeologist who you guys met at the King's Head Inn there in Canich, who was working with Hancock. He told you that Henry Hancock believed that the dig site contained the Temple of Sothoth. They found traces of Pictish inhabitants, found nothing definite until a few days before their disappearance. That day, they unearthed 2 human skeletons with Roman weapons and bits of Roman armor. They also discovered skeletons of a large reptile with which they were totally unfamiliar. That night, Henry told him that they saw a huge creature like a slimy kraken near the shore of the loch.
Mm-hmm.
He uncrated his elephant guns the next day, right?
Yeah, and Kennedy said that they were troubled enough by this vision that Hancock sent a letter to his nephew in the United States and suspended work at the site. But he didn't say that they actually found anything. I'm trying to think of what you could be referring to, Tom.
I thought one of them had said they had found something, or found a piece of it, or found.
Maybe it's in one of the Hancock letters. Let me look at those. Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what you're thinking of. Let's look at the Hancock letters here. See, the first letter, he tells Jacob that he's in desperate need of an artifact. He's talking about the Starstone that may be found at Miskatonic. See, the second letter. Just fear that this message will be the last that you get from me for some time. Unless you see this area, the sons of Yog Sothoth will be upon me.
That doesn't sound good.
The first piece was stolen. But I have it. Oh, that's what. But the second piece, I have it well hidden now. And they are not. Maybe I think this is what I was thinking of.
Yep.
Maybe this isn't. Maybe this is completely unrelated. But I thought this was what we were thinking of. The first piece was stolen from the dig site, last night.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking of.
They did not get to the second piece. I have it well hidden now. Okay, so that's it. I'm assuming that what I read in that article, those three pieces, I'm assuming it was this right here.
Yeah,
So I think
I'm
he'd
sure
already
that's
found the
I'm
pieces.
sure that's what it was. He says we do not know what they want the pieces for, but we think that there are three altogether.
That's it. That's what I'm referring to. That was it.
Yeah.
That's
So the question is, where did this guy hide these pieces, or hide any of the pieces?
right. Exactly.
His home, the dig site, somewhere else?
Yeah. And one piece was found and one piece was stolen. That means the bad people have one. And
Yeah, it looks like Hancock found two, and one was stolen.
Right.
Right. So there's still a third one unfound.
Yep. All of
Right.
these problems started
Hopefully.
all of these problems started with the arrival of the French woman.
Yeah, that's the witch. All right, good. Thank you. I knew my sanity points. I was losing it. I'm like, I know I heard that somewhere. The three pieces.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You weren't going crazy, boy.
Nope.
Just a good doctor was going crazy.
So I put up a bit of an updated map here too for you guys of the area. There's a key on it, and it shows you kind of just relative locations of the sites surrounding Canich. A is Craig Dube, I think you pronounce it. It's the hill atop which is a stone circle near the McBain property, which is B. C is the Hancock dig site down on the western edge of Loch Mullerdock. D is the town of Leatre, which looks like it's just outside of Canich, which is where I believe it was Dr. McParlin or Dr. Kennedy told you guys that the Macquarie brothers live in Leatre. E is the Cosay Lodge. I think you were told that the Cosay Lodge is where, what's his name? Ian McDonald, this guy, could be found. Kennedy recommended that if you wanted to go out and find the site, or if you needed a guide, that he would be the guy to contact. He has a place called Cosay Lodge at E. And then there's the McRae house, Mr. and Mrs. McRae, who have a missing baby, apparently. Taken by the little people.
Yeah.
She is the McLennan house. All the surrounding land are owned by Ian McLennan as well.
And they're the ones who don't like visitors?
Yeah.
Ian doesn't like visitors.
Yeah, he's the wealthiest farmer in the area by far. And there are rumors, apparently, that there's a woman staying out there with him who's not from the area.
So we're going to need to get permission to go hunting. We could always go out to that guy's place and ask for permission. When apparently he's greedy. We can pay him some money. We could go to the house. We have a key. We're supposed to be there. We can be there legally.
We should, let's go hire that one guy to take us to the site, but we should also stop by the McRae's house too.
What about our key in that house? You guys don't seem interested in that.
They're scared.
I guess so.
Well, let's go down there.
I'm
Right.
not scared. I'll
I'll go in first. Right after I push you in front of me.
As long as there aren't any large crowds there, Tom, you should be okay.
I'll try not to make a lot of noise.
That always keeps the crowds away. That's kind of like thrashing in the water. The sharks don't like that. Keeps them away. Keeps you World War II safe.
So let's drive out to the house.
All right.
It's actually not too far outside of Canich. It's only about a 15 or 20 minute walk, just outside the Canich intersection, as they call it, the crossroads. So you guys could just walk down there if you wanted to.
This the Duncan McBain house?
That's the Henry Hancock's house.
Henry Hancock's house, man.
Yeah.
Man,
All right. Well, we'll just walk down there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hank. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the map. Okay.
As I said, it's about a 15-minute walk west of the Canich intersection, and the road kind of ends near the top of a low rise, and you see the house. It's faced with red brick, has a Georgian facade and an air of quiet respectability. There's a large or largish garden you can see in the rear of the house. It looks like it's been well kept. You know, vegetables, flowers, all kinds of stuff.
And it's still well kept?
Seems to be. I mean, maybe a little weedy at this point.
Hey, Sean, can I move these? There's like 3 cards over Tom's head.
Mm-hmm.
Can I move those? Or if I touch them, will they start doing all kinds of stuff?
You can actually put your cursor at the bottom left of Tom's avatar there. You should be able to drag his whole thing over if you wanted to.
Oh. I think you told us that last time, but I wasn't receiving information. I'm sorry.
Also, you can shrink the avatars too.
I've done that, but I like to see. Well, at least I like to see you because.
But yeah, you can drag it anywhere on the screen you want.
All right.
All right. Well, let me set this up for you. I can show it to you. Let's see here.
Yeah, those cards are there to mock me, remind me of my insanity.
What's going on with you?
Those cards.
The cards are mocking him.
They are.
Just take some ancient books together and bang them on the table again. Bam, bam.
Yeah, right on the binder.
Bam, bam, bam.
It's like they're attached to your head. Almost. So it's a rather large building. I think this is roughly to scale. It's like 150 feet wide, 80 feet deep. So it's a large home. It's 2-story. As you're walking up to the front, you can see it has a stout oak door. This is the front door right here. Right here.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's windows. 2 large paned windows in the front.
And what were the stories we heard about this house?
I don't know if we heard any stories about it. I think we just this was the guy who was running the
dig, but it was just, we didn't hear anything about strange hauntedness or craziness or
only the fact that we're pretty sure that these guys were murdered or taken to the breeding chamber like Pumpkin.
Right. They didn't really go to Africa, right?
No.
Yeah, when you guys talked to the inspector in Inverness, or when Sparky talked to him, he said that they searched Henry Hancock's house. Specifically, he mentioned that they went down into the basement and searched really well.
Oh, that was it.
And they didn't find anything. And
But we didn't believe him.
Yeah, well, yeah, you got the sense that he wasn't really telling you everything. Like he was holding something back.
That was it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent some luck to get the psychology, didn't we?
I think you did, yeah. Oh, that reminds me. We need to do that too before we start real quick. Let's do skill checks real quick and luck checks. We should do luck checks every session. So take a look at your character sheet. Firstly, make a check for your luck. Make a percentile roll. Try to fail your luck, and if you fail, you can add a D10 to it.
Yep, I failed.
Cool. Add a D10 to it.
Okay. All right, 6. Nice, not bad.
I thought I rolled it.
I think I failed.
So that may
Who's-
may encourage you to use luck too, knowing that that you have a chance to get some back every session.
Wait, who's Nick S?
Yeah, that's my other son Nick.
Oh, okay.
I was probably in here doing some testing with his account. Yeah, he's 16.
Okay, no, I was way up. Okay, so I failed too. So 1d10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 1d10, not just 10. Whoops.
Yeah, add 1d10.
Sorry.
If you fail.
Sorry. Oh, we had 10.
The doctor failed. Everybody failed.
That's good. We're gonna need that luck.
It will not hurt.
Ooh,
1.
fast.
What do you tell him? You roll 10s when you don't want to, and you roll 1s.
Jeez. Unbelievable. A cold bead of sweat rolls down the doctor's, forehead.
Damn, I missed my fast talk.
Yeah, and do your skill checks too if you have any check skills.
Well, damn. I'm getting effed by all the F categories here.
Yeah, check. Okay.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. It's a fail, right? Yeah. That's a fail, right, Sean? On my disguise? Take a
Yep.
look at that roll. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
The way it works is just a regular roll is the 0 row.
Gotcha.
The pluses represent bonus dice, and the minuses represent penalty dice.
Okay.
And it'll tell
And
you when you get bonus or penalty dice.
And it's D10.
Yes, D10.
Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, so that's 3.
How come there's so many dice always?
Yeah. What is this?
Missed that.
It's when you
I mean-
roll, when you click the gray dice icon, it's taking into account any bonus dice or penalty dice. That's why I'm saying unless you have bonus dice or penalty dice, you should click the green button.
Okay, because every time I think who rolled that last one? Is that you, Lee?
Yeah, that's me. I'm using the
The gray one?
The more dice, the better. He likes dice.
I like the dice, man. The sound soothes me.
Yeah.
The sweet sound of the rolling dice.
The garrote is a hard success, so
Yeah.
Treated with that.
So I'm good. Made luck. Made disguise. Blew the last 2.
Alrighty. Alright, so you guys oops. We want to do that. So you guys walk up to the front of the house. It's in very good repair. It looks like the house really isn't that old. Looks like it's probably been built within the last 10 years or so. As I said, there's a stout oaken front door.
And just to get perspective, how long has this guy been gone?
You're assuming that it's been, let's see, the last letter he sent was about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So it's been probably at least 10 days or so since he's been missing.
Okay. You want to walk around the entire perimeter, just get a visual, see if there's anything broken glass or anything busted in?
Sure. If you want to walk around the outside before we walk in,
Yeah.
it's not a bad idea, Tom.
From your vantage point, walking up on the road, you can see that there's also what appears to be a back door. As you walk around, you don't see any broken windows or anything. Looking in the window here, that appears to be a living room inside with a very large fireplace. There are three chimneys in the place that are kind of marked by those
Okay.
structures on the outside.
Yeah, I was wondering what those were. Like those
Yeah.
are windows with cancer or something.
No, those are chimneys. This appears to be a living room inside. You can see a number of cushioned chairs inside, some tables. You see above the fireplace, you're kind of looking through. It's kind of dark in there, but above the fireplace, there appears to be a lion's head mounted above the fireplace, as well as a gun rack. The rack, you can see kind of a glint of metal up there. That looks like a large caliber gun of some kind up there in the rack.
Oh, it's still there?
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's a gun above the fireplace there. This room appears to be a parlor. You can see a bunch of pictures on the walls. Towards the back, up here, peeking through this window, there would be a library with bookshelves lining the walls. Over here in this corner, it appears to be the kitchen. And it looks like actually the kitchen, although it does seem to have some modern appliances and stuff like that, the fireplace in the kitchen appears to be, it looks like the way it was built, that meals were intended to be cooked over an open fire in the fireplace. You can see like some cooking utensils and stuff around the fireplace.
Really?
Yeah, and there's cupboards lining the walls.
Old school, baby.
Yeah. And there is a back door going into the kitchen up here.
Is it locked?
Yes.
Does our key work on it too?
Yeah, you try the key. It opens the lock into the kitchen.
Guys, you want to start the search from the kitchen?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. Arr.
Okay.
Sean, I have my beaten club ready to go.
You got it out?
Mm-hmm.
Sawed-off shotgun.
Oh, okay. Well,
You gonna have a
should be-
shotgun?
You should be in. You should be in front, Tom.
Yeah, I don't want you behind me with a shotgun, you wily man.
Why? I'm lucky.
That's great. Point all that luck forward in front of me.
All right. As I said, it looks like the original builder intended that meals be cooked over an open fire in the fireplace. But there's also a coal burning stove in here. It looks fairly new, actually, made of wrought iron. The cupboards seem to be pretty well stocked with food, canned food, dry goods, things like that. But it's quite obvious from looking around in here that the cupboards some of the doors to the cupboards stand open. Some stuff is spilled out from some of the cupboards, and it kind of gives you the impression that the place was searched rather hurriedly at some point.
Is there power in this place?
Yes, actually.
All right. So I guess as we go into the rooms, just turn on the lights.
So the doors were locked, yet somebody was in here searching.
Wait a second.
Well, the police.
You want to lock the door behind us?
Yeah, good
Yeah.
idea.
I should say that the place does seem to be fitted with electric fixtures, although the switches don't work. So you figure there's probably hooked up, things were hooked up to a generator or something like that nearby. There is an old shed out, sort of an outbuilding.
Work shed.
I know. Should we go see if we can get the power going in this place?
Not yet.
Yeah.
It'll make a lot of noise, I would assume.
Yeah, it's broad daylight. It's like noon,
Oh, okay, so we got no problem. Okay.
And off to your right, you can see a hallway with several doors.
Well, let's spend some time searching this kitchen first, guys.
All right.
So we don't do a rushed search, Sean. We take a look around. Anything interesting here?
Once we get in, Sean, we'll close the door behind us and lock it.
Okay.
And I'll pull out my machete.
Loose floorboards, loose bricks behind the fire pit, in the fire pit, on the ground of the fire pit.
Necronomicon's using to balance the table under one leg.
All right, the doctor's checking the fire pit here. There is one small window next to the door. There's also a window in the door itself. It's kind of dim in here, but you can see. You really don't find any loose bricks or anything like that, Tom. Although it looks like the fireplace has been, used, probably not too recently, but there is some charcoal and stuff in there. Most of the food, at least the dry goods and stuff like that, seem to be pretty stale at this point. It's been sitting in there for some time. But it's all very well stocked with all kinds of canned meats and stuff like that. But really all you see, I mean, you definitely have the impression that somebody searched through this place, tore stuff out of cupboards, broke some of the furniture.
They're definitely looking for that piece.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. All right. So
let's move on.
There's a hallway here, and then there's a couple. Looks like there's a door exiting into the.
I say we exit the door to the left, Alessio.
All right.
Let's head in there.
Okay.
Don't be. Yeah. Don't be. Don't be getting behind me, Tom, with that double barrel shotgun.
I'm up front. I'm ready, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Just make sure you don't give 2 barrels to the little old lady who's the caretaker here.
Hey, man, if you got tentacles for hands, I'm shooting.
It just looked that way in the light to you, you delusional bastard.
This appears to be a parlor or a sitting room, a room of leisure. You can see there's photographs on the walls. Look like maybe some family photographs. Also, a lot of photographs. Quite a few photographs of Henry Hancock on his hunting expeditions. On one wall, you see a photograph of Hancock standing next to a slain elephant somewhere in Africa, apparently. Everything looks quite ordinary. There's also a fireplace
head on the wall. That's in the other room, though, right?
In the what?
Lion head on the wall with a gun underneath it.
Yeah, you saw that in the living area over here through the window. Outside is the next room over here.
Search behind like all the picture frames. Like take all the pictures out of the frames, see if there's any notes or envelopes or letters stuffed in there behind it.
Okay, you do.
Yeah, looking through the drawers.
Yeah, you guys kind of tear the place apart a little bit, looking for clues. Everything seems to be quite ordinary. There are some stairs here near the front door.
I'll look at all the pictures with Hancock in them. Anything interesting, Sean? Any?
Some of them show him standing next to slain, big game animals,
So
antelope,
mostly
things like
hunting.
that.
hunting trip stuff.
Yeah, the most interesting one is him standing next to this huge elephant, that looks like that he shot. He's got a big smile on his face.
Okay.
There is a staircase
Going up.
Near the front door here.
Let's make sure we get this first floor cleaned out
Agreed.
before we head upstairs.
Let's go over to the the other living room, I guess, where the tiger head was, lion head.
There's a number of cushioned chairs in here. There's a small table, a lion's head over the fireplace. Also over the fireplace, just below the lion's head, you see a 2-weapon gun rack. One set of mounts holds a large caliber elephant gun, but the other is empty.
On.
Does anybody have a rifle skill?
On the mantle,
I know.
you see 3 small artifacts. They appear to be of African origin. I don't think you're archaeologically inclined, but they do appear to be African.
I'll take a close look at them.
Yeah, one appears to be sort of in a glass case. It looks like perhaps a carefully carved toothpick of like worked bone.
Ooh.
Also in a glass case, what appears to be a button of some kind, or a small round object. Also appears to be made of bone. And sitting on a small wooden stand, looks like a tiny wooden dagger, about 4 inches long, kind of sitting on this wooden stand up on the mantle.
Clearly not the pieces someone was looking for, but you could have.
Is the little dagger, is it engraved with anything? Is there anything on the surface of it, Sean? Is it ornate?
It's a smooth, dark wood. Well, you guys
like an ebony?
Yeah, give me archaeology checks. At least you have a 1%. Go ahead and let's see if anybody has an epiphany.
Okay, what are we rolling for, Epiphany Town?
Archaeology.
Yeah,
okay.
Archaeology.
Yeah, I accidentally closed my browser there for a second, so I was gone. Archaeology, I got to roll a 1.
Dude, I rolled a 9, but I still failed. Ooh, luck though? How much luck?
You could spend 8 points of luck if you.
I think they're from France.
Yeah. Ooh, they look French.
They look, yeah.
I've seen this before.
Yeah.
They're definitely French artifacts.
It's a French.
It says made in Africa on the bottom. Still French.
So yeah, other than what they appear to be, one of them obviously looks like probably a toothpick or something that's carved out of bone. Another appears to be a button because it's kind of a round shape and it's got some holes in it. And the tiny dagger, I don't know, maybe it's some kind of jewelry, maybe, or something. You don't know.
Toothpick probably went through somebody's nose, like one of those nose rings.
Could be, yeah.
All right. Did
you spend the luck, Tom?
No, not for this. I don't think it's
okay.
Luck worthy.
It's not worth 8 points.
No, that's a lot. Not that since I rolled 1.
Tom, Dr. Van Helsing, as he's kind of standing there, like this, like looking at the mantle, looking at these pieces with the other standing nearby, you see something out of the corner of your eye outside the front window of the place. Some movement out there. And you look, and you don't see anything, but you could swear that you saw some movement out there.
I tell everybody, guys, I saw something out there.
And Van Helsing like gets down on all fours. He's like behind a chair, like this,
I point
looking
my
out the
gun
front
at it.
window.
There's somebody out there.
All right, I'll go to the window as stealthily as I can and take a look out.
You don't see anybody out there.
Coast is clear, Doctor.
Yeah, you can see about a half a mile away, sort of on a hill face. You guys are kind of up on a hill. And then the next hillock over, you can see kind of a herd of sheep, grazing over there, but you don't see anybody out there. You see the little outbuilding out there. It's like a little shed, but you don't see anybody or any animals or anything.
We need another dog that can bark if they smell or hear something. Whatever happened to our dogs from before? They get killed?
Actually, I thought about that. And I had mentioned in one of our sessions after the aftermath of the Look to the Future meeting hall that Sparky had found prints at the local dog pound. After
There you go.
Yeah. But he hasn't been around, so.
Yeah,
But that's a good thought. It is always good to have a dog around.
He's being taken care of in Boston,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't bring him with us. We need to get a European dog.
They probably wouldn't have let him through customs, actually. Pretty
Might have
strict
been a-
about stuff like that.
Might have been a pain, yeah.
I want to search the lion head. Around it, in its mouth, everything.
Okay.
Oh my God. You're putting gloves on.
Yeah.
Everything, everything.
If I was going to hide something, that's where I'd hide it.
Yeah, you'd have to like
God.
stand up on a chair or something to get up there. It's pretty high up above the gun rack up there.
Does it look like it's been searched or messed with?
No, not really.
I get a chair and I do it.
Okay.
Tom messes with it in the most unholy way.
Yeah. Upon closer inspection, it's definitely real. But I mean, you're looking at its mouth. You don't see anything unusual. Kind of looking. You kind of put your hand. It feels like it's mounted, pretty solidly and securely to the wall, to the wooden paneled wall behind it. It doesn't really budge if you try to move it.
Hmm.
And it's looking at you. There's something strange about its eyes, Tom.
Are they staring at me?
Or at least you think there's something strange about its eyes. They're just like glass bead eyes.
The doctor's like,
I'll
you
touch
not
the
fucking
eye.
me, lion?
I touch the eyes.
They feel like glass.
Damn. Hmm.
Doctor,
All
you
right.
ready to move on to the next room? This one's been pretty exciting so far.
Have we searched everything in this room? Have we scoured it pretty good?
Pretty good, yeah. As I said, there's just some cushioned chairs. There's a small table, sofa.
Feeling the cushions, making sure there's nothing inside the cushions.
Everything is quite ordinary.
To the library.
All right, so we'll exit stage north,
Okay.
and step in. Go in that room.
Okay. This is indeed a library, quite obviously. There's a single large chair and a table in the corner of the room, and bookshelves line the walls. And there's many, many books. Probably a couple of hundred books, at least.
Do I see the doctor quiver?
Maybe a few hundred.
Ugh.
No, he begins scanning the shelves immediately, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Books.
Starting with the ends.
The topics of the books deal with things like the occult, British archaeological sites. There's some books on witchcraft. Everybody give me a library use roll if you're going to inspect the books.
Sparky made it.
I made it.
Fail.
Okay.
Actually rolled my score.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys can check that. You guys notice that apparently, I mean, after looking at, they look to all be in order, by subject, basically. And you notice that it appears that someone has reshelved a few of the books. About 4 of the books have been reshelved without bothering to place them where they belong. They seem kind of out of place. They're not in the right topic. And each of these 4 books specifically has to do with occult and witchcraft.
Okay. Take a look at all 4 of them.
And it looks, it looks pretty obviously like, somebody's been reading them recently, probably, and they just didn't put them back where they belong.
Can I tell, like, by looking at the, like, dust, and I can see, like, parts of these books are dusty or other parts are not dusty?
Yeah, you don't see much dust, Tom. I mean, it looks like the place has been kept pretty neat.
Okay.
Are the books open or are they marked?
No, they're not marked. They're just out of place on the shelves. These 4 books seem to be out of place.
So we'll pull them, Sean, and take a look at them.
All right. There's one book. It's called The Book of Black Magic and of Pacts. Pacts. And Alessio opens up the book, and the first section is entitled "The Literature of Ceremonial Magic." And the following pages seem to discuss sorcery in general. And then it goes into more in-depth descriptions of other books that are reputed to be of black magic.
Any familiar names?
Not just from a flip through, no. It looks
Okay.
like there might be some useful information in here. It's definitely an interesting book. It's a fairly recent printing, actually. 1898 by Arthur Edward Waite.
Okay.
There's also one of the out of place book is Irish Witchcraft and Demonology, written in 1913. It appears to have to do with an overview of a bunch of superstitions, practices of witchcraft, imported to Ireland by the Anglo-Normans and the Northern Scots. Also having to do with the Celts as well. There's 9 chapters in the book.
In here.
And as I said, just kind of in a flip through, there's you get to one section of this book that talks about animal transformation, carnal relations with the devil,
Werewolves,
ghosts, fairies, various proofs of the prevalence of witchcraft during the 16th century. It's funny you mentioned that, Tom, because the next book is a book in English published in 1865. It's actually called The Book of Werewolves.
Ooh.
Talks about lycanthropic and cannibalistic myths and folklore of Europe. Contains chapters on Norse shapeshifters, beliefs in lycanthropy during the Middle Ages, international folklore, natural causes for lycanthropy, the crimes of the beggar Swiatek, Stories of Parisian Ghouls,
Ooh.
which you know a little bit about, Doctor, having skimmed nameless cults.
Hmm.
Parisian ghouls, man. We should take all these lovely pieces of literature
Yes.
with us.
And last but not least, let me change this music here.
Uh-oh. As long as it's not like clown music, we're probably
Yeah.
fine.
No, I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, no. Something's terribly wrong.
All right.
All right,
awesome.
man.
Last but not least is a book in English published in 1801 called The Magus, or Celestial Intelligencer, being a complete system of occult philosophy.
Ooh.
Written by Francis Barrett, 1801. And the book actually comprises of 2 sections. Sciences of Natural Magic, section 1. And the second book is called Magnetism and Kabbalistic or Ceremonial Magic. And it just seems to kind of span a gamut of basic occultism, demonology, alchemy, magnetism, candles, ceremonial magic, numerology, making of talismans, astrology, and several biographies of important 19th century cultists or 18th century cultists, occultists.
You
Not
see
cultists.
that witch's name in there anywhere? Skim for that witch's name.
And you probably have to actually spend some time to. Yeah, this is just from a flip through. It's you guys will probably have to spend some time to skim these to get any specific information out of them.
I look at all them pretty pictures.
But it looks like somebody's probably been looking at these recently, and you assume that's probably why they're out of place. Whether it was Hancock or not, you're not sure.
How about at the desk? Anything left on the desk or under it? Search for secret compartments, like secret drawers and false bottoms on all the drawers. Anything taped underneath it? Underneath the desk, underneath the chair, underneath any cushion, anything.
All right. Yeah, you look around, Tom, and everything is quite ordinary.
How disappointing.
Ordinary crap.
All right, let's keep moving so we can find the more things that have taiko drums and Japanese opera behind their presentation.
Yeah, that was
Move
awesome.
on. It was. Gotta love a taiko drum.
The next black zone.
Okay. Number 8 there appears to be a bedroom. There's a bedstead, and an armoire. Completely unmysterious. Perhaps a guest room?
We check it anyways.
Off of the bedroom, there's a closet.
We'll check that too.
There's an old trunk in here.
Ooh. All right. Well, we'll pull the trunk out.
Check for traps.
Okay. It doesn't appear to be trapped.
Okay.
It appears to be unlatched and unlocked.
Kyle, you open it and I'll cover you. I got my shotgun right over his shoulder.
What are you expecting, like a killer
No.
chimpanzee to emerge from the trunk or something?
Dude, get that shotgun off of me.
All right,
So I'll open it up, but
Yeah, the doctor's like, I'll cover you.
I'm like, no way.
He
Doc,
cocks his shotgun. Click.
yeah, it's like, back off, doctor.
Don't fall in. It might be another portal somewhere.
I'm not gonna do that. If anything
Wow.
comes out, I'm gonna smash it with my club right here.
All right.
All right.
All right. Inside the trunk are old clothes. And it's pretty obvious that someone has carelessly searched through it recently. It looks like towards the bottom of the trunk, a lot of the clothes are neatly folded.
Mm-hmm.
But everything on top of that is just kind of half folded, and it looks like it's just been kind of torn apart inside the trunk.
Men's clothes or women's clothes?
Men's clothes of a size appropriate to Henry Hancock,
All right.
you would imagine.
Well, we know that Alessio has a magical trunk, so we'll make sure we get to the bottom of the trunk and search there carefully, not carelessly like the last searchers.
Right, looking for hidden compartments and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
You find
False
none.
bottoms.
You don't find any false bottoms or anything like that. You kind of tap it, flip it over, looking for any hidden latches or levers.
Nothing in any of the pockets of the clothing or folded into the clothing, Sean?
Yeah, you guys take a little time and look through everything, and there's really nothing unusual.
Okay.
But
Other
someone
than
has searched through it recently, for sure.
All right, we're just hoping the last searchers. Sounds like they didn't do that great of a job so far. Let's hope that keeps up.
Mm.
All right, we'll head out of this room and go into the next darkened area.
Wasn't there? Did we pass like a closet or something? Okay, go ahead.
There is a closet down there that goes kind of underneath or next to the stairs. This is a water closet, a bathroom. Everything looks fairly new in here. Probably put in the last few years or so. It's all the modern conveniences of indoor plumbing.
Okay.
Loose tiles, nothing. Floorboards.
Well, let's head to the.
I hear you, Tom. No, nothing. I mean, you're checking. You kind of tap the wall with the butt of your gun. Looking for secret openings or compartments or false tiles, things like that.
Nothing hidden in the water tank or the toilet.
Nope.
There's no. Did you say there's no revolver taped to the bottom of the water tank?
That's what I'm thinking of. Exactly what I was thinking of.
That's one of those old-fashioned kinds, where the water tank's like mounted like high up on the wall, and you got your.
It's got the chain.
Yeah, it's got the chain.
It's perfect.
Gravity work.
Right. How about this closet over here in the hallway? What was that?
Yeah. Well, over. Oh yeah, I didn't see that one.
It is a small linen closet containing what appear to be fairly fresh bed linens of good quality. Excellent quality, actually.
Have they been searched?
Doesn't look like it.
We do.
All right, you find a bunch of fresh bed linens of good quality.
All right, chud.
Excellent quality.
They're spring fresh, Tom.
Let's go look for the chud. Cannibal humanistic
humanoid underground dwellers. Yes.
Yeah, under the stairs. Yes. Or the closet under the stairs. There you go.
Yeah,
I can't help but mention that I saw that movie with Rhett where he laughed loudly at everything that happened in the movie as loud as he could, discomforting all the other viewers.
Oh, in the movie theater? Oh, fantastic.
Oh, yeah, we were in the theater, man. We went to see that in the theater, me and Rhett.
Oh, I do want to point out that up here, guys, in this hallway near the kitchen, is a stairway leading down up here. So this is a stairway leading down. This is the stairway leading up. In this closet, in the front hall, it holds several different styles of coats and sweaters. All of them have the initials HMH sewn into their linings. And among the coats and sweaters, you find a hunting jacket. And in the front of the hunting jacket, it's got some handy holding loops with 18 shells for a large caliber elephant gun.
Whoa, we should take that.
There are
Yep.
20 such loops, but only 18 shells.
He took 2 out. He used 2.
Who grabbed the elephant gun?
We didn't.
We didn't. Okay.
I have a shotgun. Somebody go grab it.
I can't use it.
I can't use it either. That's why we don't have it.
Oh, shit. I got rifle skill. Hold on.
Yeah. And the thing with elephant guns, too, if you remember, with Hal Dollar, and he loved his elephant gun, when you fire that thing, you take 1d4 damage.
I thought that was only if you fired both barrels.
Oh, that was with both barrels. You're right. Yeah, both barrels is 1d4 damage, but it does pretty massive damage. I think it's like 3d6 plus 3 damage or something like that.
Wow.
Crazy.
I go grab the elephant gun and these rounds, and I
Okay.
give them the shotgun. I say, somebody hold on to my sawed-off shotgun. Cover me.
All right. The elephant gun is very heavy and very long
I'll
and
take
kind of unwieldy, but
I'll take Tom's sawed-off shotgun, but I don't have it out.
okay.
You know, I like have it slung over my back. If there's, I create a sling for it.
How long is it? Can I actually get it like through the stairs and stuff, or is it going to be way too cumbersome for this place?
Oh, I'm just saying that it's kind of heavy, you know. But I mean, it's a long gun. It's probably about 6 feet long. It weighs about 20 pounds, 25 pounds, something like that.
I mean, Doc, I say take this with us, but man, that shotgun's be a lot more effective here.
All right.
I mean, that one's more like what you've got is like more of a home defense weapon. It just makes more sense in these confined spaces.
Well, what's your rifle skill versus your shotgun skill, or is there any difference?
There is no difference.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
same.
All right, so
Yep.
Then I'll continue to use the shot. Am I going to be like encumbered if I come across
No.
something and shoot this
I
thing?
don't know. It depends. I mean, if you fumble, maybe.
All right. How about this? We'll grab the elephant gun on the way out.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm just saying, Tom. Like looking at your sheet, you know, you have a strength of 35,
Yeah, no, I know.
and you know,
you have enough strength to carry cocaine.
Yeah, with a gun like this, you might kind of, you know, might be a little clumsy for you.
Right. Yeah.
Just kind of walking around with it. You know, you'd have to like do something like, you know, search, you know, floor tiles or to look the buck. You'd have to set it down. You know.
Yeah, screw that. Lee, I'm going to take my shotgun back.
Absolutely, take it.
Screw that, man. I got to be nimble. Did I see something? What was that? Did I see something? No. All right.
You did.
Again?
Uh-huh.
Damn it. Guys, look over there. Make sure there's nothing there. I'll cover you.
All right, we going upstairs or downstairs, gentlemen?
We're going upstairs.
Yeah, we'll save the downstairs for last.
Yeah. You didn't hear nothing, Doc. They kick him up the stairs.
I heard it upstairs.
Well, good. Let's go check it out.
So you guys are standing at the base of the stairs looking up. It's kind of dark up there, actually. There is a strange, musty, stuffy kind of odor coming from up there.
Mm.
Do we have flashlights and stuff in the car? I might want to go get that stuff, man. A can of gasoline.
I don't know
Just
about
in
the can of
case.
gasoline, but I would assume at least one of you has a flashlight with you.
Yeah,
I
'cause we have
click
that
on
camping
my
stuff.
flashlight.
We have all that camping stuff, right? So we would have flashlights.
I'm like, I've got a torch, you know, so I can hold my beaten club and the flashlight in one hand, you know, casting an eerie light on Dr. Van Helsing as he creeps forward into the house. He's almost like the poster from that movie, The Thing.
The sawed-off shotgun in one hand and a giant bottle of cocaine in the other.
Right.
All right. So as you get, who's going first?
Me.
This
Doctor is, yeah.
Dr. Sawed-off.
Here are the steps up here.
Exactly.
So, all right. So the doc's going up.
I'll go behind him.
All right. By the way, your tokens aren't necessarily to scale. They should be probably about half that size. But Just so you know. As you guys mount the stairs and begin going up, the musty smell kind of starts getting a little stronger, and Alessio and also Dr. Van Helsing, you would recognize it as it becomes stronger once you get up to the top of the stairs, that it's just the smell of decay.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I'm a medical examiner. Is it a dead body, a human body?
it's like a dead mouse probably or something, yeah.
But not a human body.
Smells like a dead, it's hard to say. Sort of a sickly sweet smell.
Like an almond flavor?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
That's a body, man.
Was it like an almond flavor with a splash of summer berries?
With a whisper of cinnamon.
As you step out into the top landing, here, let me reveal the top here.
It's slight metallic aftertaste of iron.
It is noticeably cooler up here. A little chilly, actually.
That ain't natural.
And there seems to be no draft or anything.
Who's got the elder sign?
I do.
Okay.
So, I mean, if there's something wicked coming after us, we could throw it on the floor and run, you know?
Right at the foot of the stairs is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
At the top of the stairs.
Set at an entrance or a doorway.
All right, we go up, and hey, man.
Okay. As I said, it's noticeably colder up here in this hallway, than it is downstairs. There are paintings on wood-paneled walls. Everybody give me a spot hidden roll. There's a door, 2 doors to your left down the hallway, and 2 doors to your right.
Hooray, I made it. I mean, Sparky made it.
Cool.
Nope, Lucio missed it.
I'll go ahead and check that, Sparky. As I said, there's paintings on these wood-paneled walls up here, all along the back wall. And you can see one panel kind of to your right as you're kind of looking at these pictures. You notice one panel in the wall seems to have been pried loose and then replaced with some care.
All right, well, I'll say, don't cover me with the shotgun, Doctor. I'm going to see if this thing opens up.
Roger that.
All right, so if I can figure out what's going on there.
As you approach the panel, you're hit by this stench coming from the wall or behind the wall.
The body's behind the wall.
And the panel itself, as I said, it looks like it's been pried loose. You can see one of the corners kind of popped out a little bit. It's not flush with the rest of the wall.
Okay.
The body's behind there, man.
Well, can I move it more? Pry the board?
Sure, just with your hands. Try to get your fingers back there.
No, I'm using my club to push it open.
I don't know how you're going to do that. I mean, your club's not like a crowbar.
I hand him a hatchet. Here, use this.
All right, yeah, I'll hack it up.
Or hack it or just slide it in there.
You can just use it as a wedge to try to pry it open, man. Just pop it in there and wedge
All
it.
right, we'll make it into firewood later.
So Alessia's like, here, use this. At this moment, you hear downstairs a door slam. It sounded like a door. Just down the stairs.
So I'll go down the stairs.
Yeah, somebody go run out the front door.
Machete in hand.
Okay, so you run down the stairs. You kind of look. The front door's closed.
Still locked?
It appears to be locked. Yeah, you guys didn't come through the front door. You came through the back door. The door to the living room is closed. The door to the kitchen is closed. The closet door is closed. You don't see anybody. It's hard to say which door it was.
All right. Well, can I get this? Did I get this thing open upstairs?
So you begin to pry off this panel, and you pop out, some nails that seem to be kind of loose in there. It looks like somebody had pried this off already and kind of tapped it back in.
Mm-hmm.
As you pull this panel off, again, you're assailed with this stench. You can see curled up back into this crawl space behind the panel is a mangled dead body.
Yep.
Appears to be Henry Hancock.
Exactly.
Wounds, he's all bloody. There's wounds all over his body. Looks like his neck has been broken. And his eyes are open, just kind of staring at you with this gaze.
Is there anything else back there? I flashed my light around.
No.
Okay, so he's staring at me with this gaze. Looks like he died in horror.
It actually, when you shine your flash, you're kind of like, ugh, and you shine your flashlight on him. It looks like he was probably tortured to death. Looks like his fingernails have been ripped off.
Use the item.
There's cuts and abrasions all over him. Looks like he was beaten.
Doctor, you
bruised.
should have a look at this. I let the professional take a look.
Yep. Do my examination. I am unfazed by his demeanor.
Yeah.
A couple lines.
I guess I'll go back upstairs with them, man.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm watching the stairwell though, Sean.
Okay.
Thank you, Alessio.
Alessio, as you're walking, you almost get up to the top of the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear footsteps downstairs coming from like the kitchen area. Just very kind of light, sound like footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear them. It's like tap, 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 and they kind of fade a little bit. And you don't hear them anymore.
Okay. I whisper that to the guys. I'm like, I think I heard footsteps downstairs in the kitchen.
Tom, as you kind of pull the body out, and kind of you sprawl the body out on the floor in the hall. Hancock was definitely tortured. As I said, his nails have been ripped out. Looks like he has his legs are broken. Neck is broken. There's cuts, lacerations, abrasions. Looks like he was beat pretty severely as well. About the head and body. He's pretty mangled.
So I suspect there would have been a lot of blood loss. So that means somewhere in the house there would be an area where he would have been tortured.
He's literally covered in blood, dried, caked, dark blood.
Maybe that's what's in the basement that the cops didn't want to see.
Well, I think we better figure out who else is here in the house with us, right?
It's possible someone's downstairs in the kitchen. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay. Well,
You want to go downstairs first and do a search before we continue up here?
yeah, I think
Both. Yeah. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say once we get down the stairs, I think we should have somebody go to this door over here, and another person come through this hallway over here. Kind of meet in the kitchen area.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Just remember, Tom's got the shoddy.
yeah, I know. I don't want to be in front of that or at his flank.
So yeah, just keep that in mind.
All right, so Dr. Van Helsing, you're going through that door?
Yeah. So I can get a better angle into the kitchen if I have to shoot.
It's probably perfect. Well, You have a gun, right?
And also, I think something's messing with us. I don't think there's anybody here.
Yeah, I do, but I didn't bring it with me. I have my hatchets and my throwing knives and my bowie and my machete with me.
Okay, well, we'll put the firepower over there with Dr. Van Helsing and the melee crew over here.
Okay.
Don't shoot at the opposite door, Doctor.
Negative.
Now, where's the opposite door from?
I mean, it's just it's an opening to the hallway here, so we're right here. Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, so you guys are going back downstairs. And what are you doing, Dr. Van Helsing?
I'm looking through this door into the kitchen.
Number 10? This is the kitchen up here.
Yep, number 10.
Okay. I don't see anything. You see a mouse scurry by over there near the fireplace. Kind of startles you for a moment. You're kind of looking. What are you guys doing over there in the hallway? Looking down the hallway towards the...
Yeah, I'm flashing, like we came around the thing, so we were flashing our flashlight, or I was.
Yeah. Well, with the doors open, there's light kind of filtering in through these bedroom windows here. So it's pretty lit up in here.
Okay. Well, then we just, we take a quick scan as we're walking, and then we, look into the rooms in front of us,
Okay. There's just kind of this eerie silence. And it's actually quite warm down here.
There's something messing with us upstairs, man. There's nobody here. The door, the footsteps, it's bullshit.
Says Dr. Van Helsing.
All right, well, let's, if we don't dally here, we get right back up to the work at hand.
Yep. Go back upstairs. Lee, you want to stay at the foot of the stairs, just within earshot? So if we hear anything else, we won't go on further, but just so you could hear it, if there's any more jibber jabber.
I'll just come with you, and we'll ignore the jibber jabber. How's that sound?
Fair enough.
All right. Again, it's almost unnaturally cold up here in this hallway, and dark. Pitch dark without the flashlight, because there are no windows in this hall in the upper floor.
What's this like double wall here? Is this
That's where we found the body.
That's where we pulled it off?
No.
Yeah.
It goes the whole way back?
Yeah. I was betting that someone would make their spot hidden there.
Okay.
Yeah, it just represents kind of a crawl space behind the panel wall there.
Anything else back there other than sludge from the body?
No.
Does the house have a phone, Sean?
No.
Okay.
You guys were told that the only phone in town is at the post office, by the way.
Okay.
For future reference. Just in case you need to call.
Forgiveness, please.
In case you need to call, what is it? 911 23.
The detective in Inverness.
Do you ever see the IT Crowd on Netflix?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's good show.
Kyle, Sparky, you notice this door here, just kind of peering over at this door. Right here to your right. 2 large splinter-surrounded holes are in the bedroom door.
Oh, that's where those 2 missing elephant shells went through, fellas. Yep. So this is where he made his last stand.
Yep.
Yeah. So that kind of prompts you to kind of look at the other doors.
Yep.
Also in this door at the end of the hallway, also 2 large holes have been blown through that door.
Which way, out or in?
It's hard to say.
All right, well,
I'm a little closer.
go
Let's
to the
open
right.
this one first. Yeah, this one over here, Sean. I'm going to open that one. Telling the doctor to, lay off on cover me.
Okay.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Hey, Al, just let me squash down on the floor. You can do as much as you want.
All right, give me 1 second here.
Actually, can we take like a 5 minutes here?
Yeah, let's take 5.
Sure. Sounds good.
All right, I'm back.
back.
Had to come into the house. It's too cold outside.
All right.
How cold is it there, Kyle?
I think it's in the 40s out there right now.
That's cool.
All right.
That's
So,
St. Augustine. I'm sorry.
so you guys gonna check the first door here?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
It's 43, Lee.
That's what it's like down here.
It's 43 down there in Valrico.
Yeah, it was. At least last night I know it was.
Okay. This appears to be a bedroom. This is room 4 here. It appears to have been unused for several years. There's dust covers on the bed, small table, an armoire, a chair. There's a fireplace in the room. There are no ashes in the fireplace. And of course, strikingly, there are 2 large splinter surrounded holes in the bedroom door. And upon closer inspections, they seem to have been fired from inside the bedroom into the hallway.
Okay. So if this were his last stand, maybe he had it on him, the item, and tried to hide it in here somewhere before he got caught. So
Well, I don't know. I think the torture would indicate that he didn't have it on him, and they were trying to get find out where it was. The question is, did he divulge it or not?
Right. No, I agree with that. But I'm saying, like, imagine if you're in here and you know they're coming, you hide it really quick, and then they get you, and then they torture you, and hopefully he didn't say anything, with the idea and it's still here somewhere hidden. That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha.
So we searched this, like the fireplace, loose bricks.
Mhm.
I mean, the whole, behind picture frames, in the mattress.
Yeah. The room is essentially pretty empty. Like I said, it looks like it had been unused, like a guest bedroom probably, that hadn't been used for several years. There's just a bed, a table, an armoire, and a chair. There are no ashes in the fireplace, no loose bricks. The paneling in the walls all seems to be intact. Nothing really too unusual. And
There is a window in here.
there is a window, yes.
Open the window, or at least let the light in.
Yeah, there is light coming in through the window. It's just kind of dark in the hallway because there is no window.
Right.
There's no attic compartment here, no way to get up to an attic or anything.
Doesn't appear to be an attic in this house, no.
Is there any scuff marks, like since you say it hasn't been used, it's all dusty? Can you see any scuff marks, like where people
It's
walk
not really
around?
dusty. It's not really dusty, Tom. It looks pretty clean, actually.
Okay.
Let's go to this next room here. The one on the left,
Okay.
after the stairs.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. This also appears to be a bedroom. also unused. There's dust covers on the bed and the furniture in here. Again, no ashes in the fireplace. The only difference between this room and number 4 there is that there aren't any elephant gun rounds passing through the door.
We'll do the cursory search.
Head down here.
Okay. You really don't find anything in here.
Let's go down to this one. You said there were holes in this door too?
Yes. Yeah, but the door is at the end of the hall here.
I wonder if the bullets went through here and all the way through. Does it look like there's the same trajectory?
Yep.
So the holes went through here all the way through here. So he missed whatever he was shooting at.
Exactly. That's what it appears happened.
Might have been shooting at nothing.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Like those steps we heard downstairs.
All right, the room at the end of the hallway here. This appears to be the master bedroom. It's a large room, and this room has been torn apart. The carpet and the bed are all ripped up. Furniture is all knocked about. And you guys find the mattress has kind of been torn off the bed. You guys find underneath the mattress, there's blood on the floor. And you also find Henry's elephant gun that's been broken and just kind of half buried in the wreckage underneath the mattress. The gun's been broken in half.
There was a beastie here.
Yeah. Yes. I
It
think you're
appears
right,
so.
Doctor. Now the question remains, what manner of beastie was it?
And will my silver sword kill it as soon as it's done being made?
Everybody give me a listen roll.
Missed it.
Man, I haven't made one all night.
You're due.
Yeah,
Some good things are going to happen later.
I can feel it.
All right, looks like there's one more room up here, fellas.
All right.
And this is a rather large, oversized bathroom.
Did we check the fireplace in here? Sean, did we check the fireplace in here?
I don't think you said specifically that you did, no.
Check the fireplace in here, and I want to look up it.
Okay. The flue's closed. Looks like there hasn't been a fire in here for some time.
Open the flue.
Okay, you do.
Anything fall out? Like a piece of gold amulet?
Yeah, dead bird.
A crow's egg hit you in the face.
All
Scares
right.
the shit out of you.
Room 2.
This is a large, oversized bathroom, very similar to the downstairs facility. The tub and the little water closet there looks like they've also been added in the past few years. It's all modern plumbing.
We'll go ahead and search it, John.
Okay.
So he hid here. He was hiding here. They got him. They drug him in here, tortured him, and tore the place up.
You searched his body when you were checking his wounds and all that, right, Doc?
Absolutely. Well, I don't know if I said it. Sean,
you
search his body.
Yeah, there was nothing really on his body.
Just nasty holes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Glassy eyes.
The fact that they searched implies they didn't find it.
Yeah, they went nuts in that room.
Yeah.
I think it's time to go downstairs.
You guys know that the inspector and his men have been here too. You know,
Yeah.
you're assuming that this place has already been searched once by the police.
All right.
So
Well,
if we believe the police and there was nothing out of the ordinary, then either
So think about that for a second. Yeah.
yeah.
but they weren't honest about that.
Or the guy was here and this all happened after the police searched.
Yeah.
How long has this body been decaying? Using my doctor skills?
Now give me a medicine check. If you recall, Sparky, Inspector McDougal said something that was kind of was off. He said,
Yeah.
we had a wee quick peek downstairs. Nothing of note, he said.
Oh, okay. So they never really searched the house. Ooh, nice.
All right, I made that one, brother. I know how many hours he's been dead.
Go ahead and check that. He's been dead for 8 to 10 days.
And that's been longer than when the police are here to search?
That would fit right into the timeline, probably. You would assume that the police were here within a day or two after the murder. But it would also make you think, like, you guys found his broken rifle in the master bedroom. You would think that the police would have taken that for evidence if they found it, right?
Yeah.
They never came in the house.
Yeah, so there's something a little fishy about old Inspector McDougal saying, you know, I mean, he specifically said they had a wee quick peek downstairs. It makes you wonder if they even searched the upper floor. And if they didn't, then why? And he seemed to be kind of a little nervous, you know, towards the end of the conversation there, like he didn't want to say something.
Almost sounds like he was maybe they were doing the torturing or doing a lookout while somebody else.
He's either terrified or someone's got to him, right? Someone's exerting pressure on him not to investigate, or maybe he's just terrified, you know?
As you guys are inspecting the bathroom here,
Be terrified, yeah.
all of you begin to hear these creaking floorboards coming from the direction of the master bedroom. Almost like somebody's moving about in the master bedroom. You hear the floorboards kind of creaking.
All right, well, peek your heads in the... We'll go look in there anyways.
I say, are you here with us?
Says Dr. Van Helsing.
You can talk to us.
You take a look into the master bedroom. The creaking floorboards have stopped.
But the pools of blood from the ceiling have started.
And it's cold as hell in here. You guys can see your breath.
This place is haunted, man. This guy's haunting this place.
And suddenly you hear this scream coming from downstairs.
Whoa.
And then you hear a smashing of glass downstairs. And again.
All right, we go.
Someone put a spell on this place, man.
Van Helsing down front with a shotgun and the melee crew behind you. Weep.
Now, when you say downstairs, you mean on the first floor or from the basement?
Sounds like it's coming from the main floor, yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're like the Marines. We're headed towards the gunfire. Sometimes it's ghost screaming.
All right.
We're back
You guys
down.
get downstairs, and you don't see anybody. You don't see anything. It's broad daylight. There's a window. You know, there's sunlight filtering in through these front windows into the house. You don't see anybody, Well, it sounds like the screams were coming from right down here in this area towards the front of the house. And you can see that the window over here in the living room itself has been busted out. And you see one of the small table, one of the small tables that was in the living room sitting outside near the window as if it was thrown through the window.
Poltergeist.
Any of those occult books talk about speaking to the dead?
Yeah, one of them did, actually. It had a whole section on it.
It did. Give me that book real quick.
All right, I'll go look out the window and see if I see anybody scampering down the hillside.
I scan the book and see if there's any way I can make contact or speak or do anything in the speak to the dead index section.
Okay. Van Helsing gets out the book and he's flipping through this book.
The cliff notes on how to speak to the dead.
Yes, the speak to the dead for dummies.
three easy steps.
Yeah, both of you guys would be like, you'd look over at Van Helsing and he's got this. He's like, give me that book. He's like looking through this book.
Well, I'm thinking about Evil Dead 2 when the guy comes back. Remember, Annie, salvation lies there in the pages of the book.
Yes. The camera pans.
Exactly.
Sparky, you don't see anything out there. There is a lone crow sitting on top of the outbuilding out there cawing at you.
Fuck the crow.
We should go check that outbuilding.
Before the basement?
No, let's do the basement first. We got to check the outbuilding.
Okay.
Yeah, and you do see too. There are some electrical cables running from the outbuilding to the house, so you can assume that there probably is a gasoline-powered generator out there.
Well, if we're going down into the basement, I guess, do we want power while we're down there?
I'm afraid if we turn it on, there'll be a short circuit and we'll blow the place up or burn it down or something.
That wouldn't be so bad, but
Dr. Van Helsing's irrational electrical fears.
Right, because don't you have to put something in the wall socket so the electricity doesn't leak out? I heard that. I read that somewhere.
everything's fine. Don't worry.
Dude.
I don't know. How's your electrical repair skill? I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, let's get our flashlights and head downstairs, man. Oh, did I figure out how to speak to the dead? Any way I can call them, champ them, say hello?
It would probably take some time to read through it, Tom, to really comprehend what the book is saying.
Yeah.
These are big, fat books, kind of dense.
This isn't medicine, doctor. You can't just science your way to this answer. You gotta magic your way there.
Yeah, I know what that got me last time.
That was just some catastrophic rolling is what happened to you there.
I did appreciate the loud noise of the window breaking, though. It gave me an odd sense of relief.
Hey, Poppy. Huh?
Well, let's just take
it's there.
further then, Tom. You're kind of looking through this book.
I'll be right back, guys.
Sure. You think to yourself, Van Helsing thinks to himself, well, you know what? It's going to take a little time. I don't know. Just speak to the dead. You do find this passage like, here it is right here. And it's like, and then it's just kind of, it's like super dense and it's referring to other appendixes in the back of the book. And, you flip back to the index and you're looking at, and then you think, you know what? That sound was rather pleasing, and you kind of get lost in your head for a moment, and you pick up this there's a cane actually in a nearby it's kind of leaning up against the wall near a chair, and you take the cane and you throw it at the window, and you break out the rest of the glass in the front window.
Awesome. That sounds good.
And you hear Van Helsing kind of chuckling to himself with this mad look in his eye.
And another bump.
And then he takes another book and he starts banging the books together.
This is where the ghosts get scared of Dr. Van Helsing. Leave this place. You're weirding us out. The room gets cold. They ask us to leave. All right, so we're going to proceed downstairs. I knock the... hey, Doc, you want to go make some loud noises downstairs with that shotgun?
Yes!
Once you get on point, and we'll get behind you.
All right, I pull it together. I put the books. I give the books to somebody else. Who was carrying them? I'm weak. I can't do it.
I love it.
And I start.
Alessio puts
heavy.
These books are heavy. Yes.
Alessio puts 2 in his back pocket, and I have the other 2.
And I start
in a fetching man purse.
Yeah, they're not necessarily back pocket kind of books.
But
How is the doctor carrying them to begin with?
It's Alessio. I'm just saying, it's Alessio. His back pockets are. He's kind of like Andre the Giant, you know.
I wasn't carrying him, Lee. You get one of you guys were carrying him. I said, "Give me the book, quick!"
Yeah, he asked for them.
I want to speak to the dead.
All right, we'll take them back from the doctor, begrudgingly.
We're foolhardy enough to give them to him.
All right, so you guys are heading down to the basement. Let's go ahead and put you down here. The stairs end in a short hallway. The walls are made of solid stone. And the hallway kind of opens up to your left. You kind of peer in there, shine your flashlight in there, Sparky. It opens up into what appears to be a very large room. And it's just full of old junk, tools, pieces of old furniture. Some stuff is covered with old sheets, stacks of boxes.
Looks like a great place to hide at least a third of a gold medallion from the centuries of Hadrian's Wall build. Let's take a look.
Mm-hmm. You're saying this is in room 1 or room 6, all this stuff?
Room 6.
Okay.
There's no doorway into it, so you guys kind of, as you get to the bottom of the stairs, there's this opening to your left, so Sparky kind of shines his flashlight into this room. You can see these boxes stacked up against the walls, and you can see there's some old, apparently it's old unused furniture. Some of it's covered in sheets. Just tons of like old junk and tools and shit. Looks like he was using it for storage. There's also a door up here, and this is a coal cellar attached to the junk room.
Yeah. Is that the coal chute right up here, this little mark?
Yeah, right up in here, number 7.
Yep.
And as you open up the door into the coal room, you see 3 or 4 rats kind of scurry away up the coal chute. And there's also a door up there to your west.
Well, we'll check these, and failing that there's anything in them, we'll continue.
Check this, yeah.
So searching the room, kind of searching around in the coal pile that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, as you guys, it takes a little while to search through all this old junk and stuff, and it could take hours to go through all this shit, guys. I mean, stuff is stacked.
Gotcha.
Everywhere.
All right. We just do a surface scan, look for anything unusual, and if nothing's catching our eye, we'll
cursory search. I mean, you guys move some boxes around, and look under these sheets and stuff, and most of it's just kind of old, broken furniture, unused furniture.
Can we see anything that like might have been moved recently? Like it was not as dusty as other stuff?
There is some sign of things having been moved recently. I mean, it's a dirt floor down here. You can see that stuff has been kind of dragged around. Some of the bigger pieces of furniture, some boxes have been unstacked and dumped out in areas. It looks like there was some searching activity going on in here recently. But just kind of a precursory search, you really don't find anything of interest, but it would take hours to go through all of this stuff. To at least look underneath everything and all that, you'd have to move stuff around. It would take some time.
How about the coal? The coal. I think Lee said we search through the coal. Like, if there's a shovel in there, we kick the coal to the side and see if there's anything in the bottom of the coal pile.
Yeah, you do. There's actually a shovel in there, so you're able to kind of shovel everything out. You don't find anything, unfortunately.
Okay, on to the next room.
This room,
Okay, moving
number
on.
5. It's an empty room, dirt floor, stone walls. There's a fireplace in this room down here to the south. There's a small fireplace. And the fireplace is clean, but in the fireplace it has the makings of a coal fire laid in it. Sort of a small pile of coal in the fireplace.
Like somebody was burning a letter or something, or burning documents or something.
No, it's unburnt. It looks like somebody just laid a pile of coal inside the fireplace there, but never actually lit it.
Yeah, well, we'll check it out.
It's just a pile of coal.
No gold medallions hidden within. Damn.
No
All right.
gold medallions.
Is the flue open?
Yes.
Shine the light up in the chimney stack. Anything in there, Sean?
Nope.
Another dead bird fall out?
Another crow egg hits me in the face.
Nothing underneath the coal. No bricks underneath the coal.
No, it's really just a kind of a smallish pile of coal. Looks like, somebody was going to start a fire in there for some reason at some point. Fireplace is clean.
And nothing else in this room, room 5.
Nope, it's empty. And actually, the door right there into the next room is open.
Let's do it.
I shine my light on it.
Yep.
This room number 4 there is a large workroom. And I see 2 large tables containing various artifacts.
Artifacts, you said?
Yes. You see spearheads, arrowheads, what appear to be pieces of old armor.
Roman armor?
Rusty weapons, swords.
Ooh! I pushed the doctor out of the way to look at the swords.
On one table, you see all of these kind of artifacts. Looking at, they look like they're probably part, of what Henry Hancock was digging up down there at the dig site. But yeah, it's a lot of, like I said, spearheads, arrowheads, stuff like that.
Does it look like Roman stuff?
I don't know.
We could try to make our 0-1 archaeology roll again.
Sure. It possibly, just upon, inspection, just looking closely, it could be Roman stuff. You don't know too much about it, but a lot of it is just really just bits and pieces. There's no big pieces of anything. A lot of it's just kind of very small artifacts.
Stuff from the dig. Any books, journals, anything trying to outline or identify what the stuff was, or?
Well, I'm getting to that.
Oh, sorry.
Nobody made their archaeology check.
Yeah, once again, no archaeology checks.
We rolled a 1.
On a third table, interestingly, third table holds several partial skeletons. They appear to be human-ish. Van Helsing, you're a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a medicine roll. When I say several partial skeletons, it looks like the remains of 4 or 5 humans.
hard make it, man.
Okay. Three of the skeletons appear to be human males. They look like young males. Okay, and these are just bits and pieces. only two out of three of the human skeletons actually have kind of partial remains of skulls, and this is how you're able to identify their gender. The fourth skeleton, however, is very unusual. The skeleton's arms and neck seem to be unusually elongated. There's also a skull attached to the spine. The head is malformed and almost of serpentine proportions.
Mm.
The serpent people.
To you, with all of your training, I mean, especially being a coroner, this fourth skeleton does not appear to be human at all. If it is human, it's extremely malformed. As I said, that its arms and neck are elongated, and its head is severely malformed, and it appears to have almost certainly the structure of a viper, or a serpent.
The teeth, do they have like
It's kind of long and flat and triangular shaped.
does it have like fangs like a rattlesnake?
There are no teeth left in the skull, unfortunately.
Clearly the serpent people the Romans were fighting.
Yeah, it seems. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I mean, of course, Van Helsing, with everything that he's seen and done in the last couple of months, it's not when reading the transcript of the Roman expedition, they start talking about serpent people. Any folklorist or historian or anything, would read that as, maybe stemming from Greek myth or Roman legend or something like that. But as you're reading it, you're thinking, oh, okay, hey, this guy encountered some serpent people. Like fact.
Hell,
So now that you're standing over this table, looking at this inhuman skeleton, apparently Hancock had found some remains of not only Romans, and one of them actually appears to be not Caucasian. It appears to be possibly of African or Middle Eastern descent.
Really?
But that fourth skeleton is definitely not human. It appears to have a snake-like skull. Its arms and neck are unusually elongated. It's definitely not human. Other than that, there's just a workbench in here. There's a bunch of tools hanging on the wall, and a small stool sitting in front of the workbench.
And no logbook though, no ledger speaking of the findings.
No, there's no writings or books or anything like that in here. No. But just looking at the artifacts, lying about on these tables, it's probably safe to say that this stuff, some of these pieces of bronze that you're saying there, this very well could be some kind of Roman military items, along with some more primitive looking pieces of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Pictish, maybe.
Yep.
Definitely take a close look at the swords.
Yeah, they're in pieces.
Oh, okay.
There aren't any whole swords. They're just kind of pieces. You see like a piece of a hilt that's eroded away. Semblance of swords, I should say. There aren't any whole swords or anything like that, but they're obviously, pieces of swords that he dug up.
Is this an open door here?
There is another door to the south there, yes. It's closed.
So you go check out that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
To the door.
Okay. This is a trophy room. The walls are lined with the heads of 50 animals. There's a glass display case in the center of the room containing marksmanship trophies, medals embossed with Hancock's name. The walls of the room are expensive oak paneling, and there's a fireplace there in the western wall over here. But it looks like, all of these animals appear to be African. There's, wildebeest and
Does it look like he was doing taxidermy in room 4?
big cats. No,
Okay.
no. But there's 50 or more. Heads only. And they're all mounted, all along the walls in this room.
I suggest we search it thoroughly.
Yep. In the mouths, in the eyes, behind them if we can move them.
Okay. So it takes a little while to search every head. You guys have to go back in the other room and grab, a stool and some chairs to get up and take a good close look at these things. They're all mounted on these very expensive oak paneling in this room. And the floor in here is not dirt; it's tiled.
Look for loose tiles.
Everybody give me a luck roll. Van Helsing gets a 16. Or no. Yeah. Kyle, did you roll up?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Dr. Van Helsing, as you're checking out the fireplace, the back section of the fireplace, the sides are made of solid stone, blocks of stone stacked up, but the back is.
Oh, that was me that rolled the 16, Sean. Tom never even rolled.
Okay, well, Sparky then. You notice the fireplace in the back of the fireplace. There's something unusual because the sides of the inside of the fireplace are made out of blocks of stone. Yeah, I was just looking to see who rolled lowest there, and Sparky did, so that doesn't matter. But the back section of the fireplace looks like it's stone, but as you get your flashlight in there, you're looking at it, and it actually looks like wood painted to look like stone.
Oh, baby.
All right.
I did make my luck roll, by the way. Yay!
Hooray! All right. So I will see if I can loose up the wood bits and see what's in there.
Well, it feels pretty solid. And you kind of get your fingers up in there, and you can see that there are creases or cracks along the edges where it meets the stone. And it looks like it could be pushed. If you got enough force behind it, it looks like it could be pushed in. So you kind of put your shoulder up against it, you're on your knees, and you kind of give it a good heave, and it moves inward a little bit.
Okay.
Then you heave it again, and it moves a little bit more, and it opens up into a sort of a crawl space behind it.
All right. Well, I'll let the guys know I'm going to crawl in here.
Shine the flashlight down in there first, man.
Oh, I do. Yeah, of course.
I'll cover you, man.
No, you
guys
won't.
You guys hear footsteps up there on the main floor again.
Yeah, bullshit.
The creaking floorboards again. It gives you all a moment of pause as you all kind of look up,
That's the dude telling us we're on the right track.
and then it stops. And you guys, you and Van Helsing and Alessio are standing in the trophy room now, and it gets pretty dark because he's going into this hole with his flashlight. So you feel the hair on the back of your neck kind of prick up, a little bit. But Sparky, you get in, and it's more of like a cabinet than a room behind here. And inside there's this small table kind of butted up against the back of the wall in this very small chamber. And on the table rests an iron box.
Yes.
The box appears to have 2 locks built into it. And it looks like the lid of the box has been sealed with this dark colored material. It looks like maybe wax
Check the
or
traps,
something.
elder signs.
Okay.
But in the front of this box, the box is about, I don't know, 24 inches long by 24 inches wide. And it looks like it's made of iron. And it has 2 locks. You see 2 keyholes in the front of it, 2 separate keyholes. And the lid, or the seam of the lid, looks like it's been filled with some kind of dark colored wax.
So it's got like missile launch keys and.
Yeah, it looks like it takes 2 separate keys or something. Yeah.
Do we?
I
have-
look in the sun visor to check to see if the keys are there.
Yeah.
There is no sun visor.
We don't have-
I know.
We don't have any extra keys, do we? We had a key to the house, but that was it.
That was it. Yeah.
You
Correct,
checked
yeah.
to make sure that Hancock didn't keister any keys up there, right, Doc?
Yep.
You guys didn't find any keys in your searches.
Okay. Well, I'm like, how heavy is the box? Can I grab it and pull it out of here?
Weighs a good 150 pounds.
Alessio, get your big ass in here.
I mean, it's solid iron.
All right, I'll
This box, man.
move
And just,
Sparky out of the
and
out of the way at all.
just the size of the iron box, itself really doesn't kind of justify its weight. So whatever's inside must be pretty heavy as well.
Check under the desk too, just in case the keys are taped up under there or something. Just to.
I'll move the box out into the room, and I'll let Sparky go back in there, or the doctor if they want to search.
All right, Doc, you give it a good look around in there. And really all there is just this small wooden table that the box was resting upon.
Okay.
The walls of this chamber are also made of like solid stone blocks, except for the wooden part that goes back out into the fireplace. It was very well disguised. Sparky spotted it.
No key.
How do you get the? How do you get it reset into the wall? Can we pull that piece that was covering it up back so it looks like it's undisturbed? Sean?
It looks like in the top and bottom section of the part that moved, there are some small holes kind of drilled. Pairs of holes. There's 2 holes in the top and 2 holes in the bottom.
We can
But
reset it.
There's no like handle or anything that you could pull it back with.
What about one of the tools in room 4? Is there anything in a tool in room 4 that would help with this?
Try hitting both of the hitting both of the little holes there, man.
Your best guess is there's probably some kind of device or something, some kind of tool that could be used to slot into these holes in order to pull it back into place. But I mean,
Is there anything in room 4 that would look
Nothing.
like?
Nothing obvious. No.
Is that Kyle's room? Or is it...
It must be Kyle.
There it is.
Jesus Christ.
Scare you or what?
I thought the spirit was back haunting us
Room
again.
ambiance for you, baby.
Yeah, it's like more noises from upstairs there. Some squeaking and random pet noises. But no, it looks like there's maybe some kind of device or tool or something that he may have used to pull it back into place, but it's not really kind of obvious unless somebody can make like a mechanical engineering, or what is it? It'd either be
I think you're right.
locksmith or mechanical repair role to figure out what kind of tool or device he used for that. But looking in the tool room, Tom, there's nothing obvious. I mean, there's
Ooh,
16. Ooh.
very close, but
there's probably something very specific that he used to pull it back into place. And with a little work, you might be able to improvise something in order to pull it back into place using those pairs of holes. Maybe
try to do so.
Maybe some drill bits or some kind of tools you guys may be able to find to pull it back into place if you'd like to take some time to do that.
yeah, we'll go into the room that's a mess. Isn't there a bunch of tools in there?
Oh yeah, there's tons of tools.
And we have one more room we haven't checked out yet, too, by the way.
All right, well,
check out this one last room, and then maybe the tools in there.
yeah, let's do it.
Maybe. All right.
And we bring the chest with us, I guess?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's heavy, dude. It's like I said, it's like 150 pounds.
Alessio, let us know if you need any help with that.
This room appears to be what was once a study. But the room looks like a tornado hit it. The desk is smashed. The floor is littered with books and papers, ledgers, pens, clippings, stationery. You see in the corner there's a built-in wall safe that looks like it's been blown open by explosives.
Mm.
Damn, dude.
And it's empty.
This is what they were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of looking around in here, it's nothing really is left of value for anything but maybe tinder for a fire. I mean, even the papers, and the books, and everything, they're all kind of ripped up, and it looks like part of the room caught on fire from whatever explosives were used to blow open the wall safe. And the safe is empty.
Explosive. That's not the work of a demon or a creature. That's the work of humans.
Yeah. It looks like it was blown open by dynamite or something. I mean, the room is just blown to bits.
So he never gave up, even under torture. He never gave it up.
Nope.
And these guys were pissed they didn't find it.
Oh, yeah.
I think he actually did say in his letter, he said, the first piece was stolen from the dig site last night, but they did not get the second piece. I have it well hidden now, and they will not get it from me. He said that in his letter.
So they've got one piece, we've got a piece, and there's a third piece still missing.
Well, you think you have a piece.
Oh, there's a piece in there, baby. We just need a key, 2 keys, and I don't like this black goo around the edge. That kind of...
It looks like wax.
The wax.
Yeah, it looks like it's been sealed with wax.
And we looked in all those drawers and everything, and no keys.
Nope. No keys. You'd think if he hid the box that well, he probably hid the keys just as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Where have we not looked? That we
I don't know. You guys have spent a couple hours here and looked pretty thoroughly. I mean, the only place you really haven't looked too much is the junk room.
The junk room and the work shed.
The work shed.
In the work shed, yeah.
Want to go look at the work shed real quick, see if we can find the keys in there, and if not, we'll come back to room 6 here and see if there's anything in the junk room. Or do you
I
want
would
to?
say let's do our search on room 6 first.
Okay. We scour room 6 for keys.
Okay. How long are you going to spend? How long are you willing to spend? An hour passes and you don't find anything.
All right. Abandoned ship. Let's go to the
work shed.
Anybody?
All right, are we leaving the chest downstairs, or are we bringing it upstairs with us?
I'm assuming nobody has any locksmithing skills.
No.
No.
I mean, you could try to pick it.
No. I think we should hold off from opening it. Yeah.
Yeah, locksmith 1. Yeah.
Because it becomes quite obvious that it's probably not going to find the keys or key or whatever. Wouldn't that be a bitch if you only found one of the keys?
Just for shits and giggles, the house key doesn't fit, does it? It's completely different, I assume.
Completely different. The keyholes in the box appear to be quite small. And you're assuming that this very kind of smallish key would fit in there.
It's not the bone artifact, is it? The little toothpick looking thing?
Probably not.
Or the little knife thing that was up there?
Yeah, there's a little wooden dagger.
Yeah.
No, they're kind of pointy looking, you know.
Okay.
We take those 3 artifacts, by the way.
Okay. Go ahead and mark them down. It's like a bone toothpick, a bone button, and a small wooden dagger. At this point, it's about early afternoon, about 2 p.m. Plenty of daylight left.
All right. Well, we go out to the work shed.
Okay. We find Linda's head strapped to a vase or a vice.
Tool shed. Indeed, there is a gasoline power generator out there, as well as an old, heavily used, dusty, rusty pickup truck parked in the shed.
Oh, it's a big shed. Look in the visor.
Nope, nothing in the visor. As well as a lot of various garden tools and implements. Looks like Henry was quite the gardener. He's got a very nice garden out back there.
Maybe we should search the garden.
Yeah,
let's look in the garden and see if there's anything weird catches our eye in the garden after we search the tool shed.
Good idea. Very good idea.
Another thing you find in the garden are boot prints. Quite a lot of them, actually. It looks like fairly recent, in the last few days. Somebody's been walking around back here.
The last 2 days?
Last few days or so, yeah. Pretty fresh. I mean, the soil's kind of loose back here, you know. It's like a black, you know, rich black soil that's been tilled. You know, he's got tomatoes and melons and shit growing back here. It is the kind of height of summer.
Did this guy have a gardener that would come and do stuff for him, you think?
Possibly. But, you know, some of it's been trampled down and stuff. It looks like probably at least 2 or 3 guys were back here recently walking around.
Really?
Yep.
Big, small? Deep impressions, big feet. I mean, big shoes. What?
Men, yeah.
Yeah.
No big rocks or fountains or naked, little, you know,
Cherubs.
cherubs peeing in a bowl, that might
No,
have,
no Venus in a clamshell.
yeah, something like that.
No, nothing like that. No statuary.
Any interesting trees?
Not really. He's got some grapevines back here. There's a cherry tree back there in the backyard.
And we searched the work shed pretty good.
Yep.
All right, boys,
The
we have
gardening
this.
tools, really.
We have this gigantic chest with us, and we walked here.
It's actually not that big.
Oh, it's not. It's just okay.
It's like 2 feet by 2 feet square. It's a squarish chest, but it's made of solid iron, and whatever's in there is very heavy too.
Someone needs to go back and get the car.
Yes.
We need to put this chest in the back of the
Sparky,
trunk there.
Sparky
like
needs
even
to exercise to keep in tennis shape.
Yeah, even Alessio has to kind of heave it, and pick it up. It's pretty
Yeah.
fucking heavy.
Well, we'll keep it in. We'll keep it inside the house and let Sparky go get the car. I'm not walking outside with it or anything. Pull the car really close up to the. Matter of fact, back it up to the front door, so we can drop this thing in here without it being seen.
We'll get some of those really nice, expensive linens and carry them
Wrap
out.
it, yeah.
Okay.
I knew there was a reason we found them.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, that's right. There's that body upstairs too. What are we gonna do with that?
Oh yeah, the body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to tell
Leave
the
it.
authorities about that.
It's starting to putrefy.
Which authorities, though?
I mean, I know this guy, whatever his name was, the inspector, wouldn't be down. I guess we could just leave it there, obviously.
Yeah, I don't want them to come back until we close that chamber behind the where we found the chest. We need to
Yeah,
close them up.
actually, come to think of it, there's probably nothing good that's going to come out of reporting it to the police. They don't want to be in there anyways. It's going to cause trouble for us, so fuck it.
Sean, anything in the work shed that would help us close that thing behind the fire where we found the chest?
Well, like I said, I mean, you guys could figure something out. I mean, if you could get even like some drill bits or something to fasten onto these holes, to get some leverage on it.
How about the fireplace tongs? You can grab those.
Yeah.
Unless you're strong like a bull, he could grab them and just pull the thing out.
Yeah, if you could wedge something into the holes in the top and bottom just to give you enough leverage to give it a pull,
Well,
that.
let's use the fireplace tongs. Let's do it.
Okay. It works. It takes a little effort. Sparky's got like sweat pouring down his face and shit by the time you're done, but you get it back into place.
Okay, good.
Without damaging it too bad.
And Tom, did you say you were putting the body back in the crawl space?
Well, no, we're just debating that. I mean, we could.
I mean, nobody's going to be coming around here. Well, I guess, yeah, for just to make it look like it wasn't found.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Well, it'd be rather unusual, Tom, for a doctor such as yourself just to leave someone at least like unburied. I mean.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, we could just bury him, but jeez.
I'll bury him when I find the 2 keys.
I mean, within a week or so, there's not going to be much left of him. He's, like I said, he's starting to putrefy, and you'll be able to smell him from quite a distance.
How close is the closest
summer weather?
How close is the closest neighbor's house?
Well, the actual town, it's a small town, is only about a 15-minute walk away. So like less than a mile,
Is there a local constable here, Sean?
Yes, there is.
That's not the one we talked to before?
Right. There's an Inspector McDougal in Inverness, and what's his name here? Sandy McNeil. as the local constable.
I think that's
What
what
do
we
you
should
have
do.
it set?
Get the chest in the car. Put the elder sign on top of it.
Yeah.
Then go get the constable and say, hey man, we have permission to be here. We went in, we smelled something upstairs, and lo and behold, the poor guy's been killed.
I agree with all that, but let's get the thing out of the car and hidden somewhere else, and then go get the constable. I don't want to be exposed and have, you know what I'm saying? Because once we do that, if there's a mole or something, whoever, they informed the witch or any of these other bad people, they're going to know we were there. We're going to raise attention to ourselves that we were there.
Well, we don't have to say anything. I just, it's an option, right? Something to consider. We don't have to say anything, Tom.
No, I'm agreeing with you. We should probably tell the constable and let him bury the body. Because they.
I know it's a hard call. It is a hard call, man.
They knew we were coming up here, though, didn't they? I mean, we asked. They knew we had keys and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean.
Yeah, I think you guys arrived here, yesterday. So you haven't even been in town for 2 days, but you can be sure that, outsiders, especially like Americans, showing up in Canada, you can be sure that the word's out there that people know you're here. I mean, news travels fast in a small town,
And they know
the good thing is with the body, though, and the state of decay it's in, there's no way we could have been involved.
Correct. Yes.
I mean, that's clear. So that's, as far as us being implicated in killing the guy, we're fine there because of the state of the body.
Right. And we can say we went in because we had permission and we found this upstairs, and oh my God, it's bent.
Yeah. And all of you guys, I guess especially Dr. Van Helsing, you've got your bona fides, I mean, your credit rating wise, you are a legitimate physician. You have a medical license. It's an American medical license, but
as a coroner,
that could go a long way into giving you some credibility anyway.
Yeah, let's get the chest hidden out of the car back to wherever we're staying.
Here's my where do you propose to hide it, Tom? That's my concern. I mean, at least in the trunk with the elder sign on top of it, it's mobile and we can drive away with it,
That's true.
I don't know. We could put it in the hotel room, but then I don't know. It's a quandary. I'm trying to think. We could bury it somewhere randomly. I mean, there's
Or do we put it back where we found it? It's pretty well hidden. Nobody could find it before. We know where it is. When we find the keys, we can come back for it. This place has already been searched.
That's a novel idea.
Want to leave it back at the house?
Where we found it. I'm just throwing that out there. The house has been searched. No one's coming back to go look for it again. We were there. We found a dead body. Okay. The people who killed him came and went.
That's a novel idea. I mean, that's not a bad idea, actually. But then you always have to consider, what happens when you go back there to get it, when you're ready to leave it, and it's gone.
Right.
Then you're going to be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Or we could go in the woods and bury it in a hole.
And you're still not even sure what's actually in the box.
That's true.
One crowbar later.
Yeah, it's going to take more than a crowbar.
I think so, too.
Like
2 crowbars later.
Let's relax. Hold on, relax. We can probably, if we needed to, we could. Here's a novel idea. We can take it up to Inverness.
Yeah, we should take it
to a locksmith.
Take a look at it.
To a locksmith, and while we're up there, we might want to get some silver bullets too.
Or
I'm serious. I'm deadly serious.
I know you are.
Or a silver knife or something. We need some silver weapons, man.
Was my silver cane done? Wasn't some guy smelting me a silver cane?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We can go.
Ready in a while.
Yeah. We need to get some. We need to go to another silversmith and have some silver buckshot made and some silver knives made. So we could do that. We could literally just take the chest up to Inverness, have someone open it, see what's in it, and then hide it somewhere up there, like in a safety deposit box or something, with the elder sign on top of it.
And Inverness is a bigger town, so we're a little more conspicuous.
Inverness
Yeah,
is a city. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a city. So that way it would be out. I mean, I don't know. That's an idea.
Outside of this podunk area.
Yeah. And we'd have a chance to try to get it open. And we could try to get some silver.
And get it shut again.
Yeah.
Because what's this goop around it? You know what I mean? Like, it looks like it's sealed in a specific way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not sure if we even want to open it.
This would be like taking that symbol off of Rawhead Rex. You remember that movie?
Yeah, we may just want to take it up there and store it. I mean, we may just want to take it up there and store it somewhere safe and put an elder sign on top of it, and then continue our investigation after we get some silver, if we're able to.
Might be a good idea. But again, I'm just worried about when we report the body, what's going to happen. I don't want them searching our car, or I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just worried about that one moment.
What's the moment you're worried about them searching the car?
Well, yeah, we think about it. We put this in the back of the car, and we go see the constable, the local constable.
Yeah. Why are we going to see the constable again?
The local one, to tell them that we found the body upstairs.
No.
Yeah. We can do that, and then if they open the trunk and they hold on, if they open the trunk, because we need to let them know about the body. This guy is a kind of a friend of the friend, you know. If they see the trunk and we'll go, yeah, that's ours. Fuck off.
What? Yeah, but why are?
Prove otherwise. It's ours, man. That's our trunk. It's ours. Go away.
Why are we going to the authorities?
To report the body.
Because they know we're here, and they know we were coming up here.
Yeah,
but we shoved the body back in the wall, didn't we?
No, we haven't done that. We haven't done that yet. We haven't done that yet. That's the discussion
right now, discussing this.
Yeah, this is the discussion we're having. Are we gonna,
I think we shove it in the wall and nail it back shut and forget about it.
Yeah, but this guy's a friend, man. I mean, he's just.
And the guy, but the thing is, I get that, and hooray for him being our friend. That's awesome. Except for we know that the constable didn't show any appetite to investigate this at all.
That was the constable in Inverness, not the local dude.
Yeah, he's an inspector, you know.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Or what we could do is we could put the body back in there and say we didn't find anything, but there was a weird smell coming from the upstairs. And put the body back. Say, hey, there was a weird smell coming from upstairs, but otherwise we didn't find anything.
That's actually a decent idea, Tom.
And then we're,
And then we go to Inverness.
Yeah, and then get the hell out of Dodge. What do you think, Kyle?
That's not a bad idea.
What, and then regroup in Inverness and then come back for the witch hunt? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, go up there and we'll try to secure this chest somewhere with an elder sign on top of it. Put the shield on top of it or something like that.
That sounds like a pretty good plan.
And that way, it's whatever's in it's protected. They can't get to it, and then we'll come back down. And if they capture us or kill us, it's sort of protected. It's not with us.
Yeah. Well, then you're going to want to get in the box, which could be difficult on your own.
We can talk to the Catholic
literally
priest.
You have to take a blowtorch to get this thing open.
I could talk to the Catholic priest back in Inverness. Maybe he'll help me.
You might know a good locksmith. And you might know a good silversmith, too.
Maybe, Tom, if you repent.
Oh, baby, I'm on my knees.
All right, so is that the plan? You're going to go back to town and try to hunt down the constable?
Yeah.
Constable McNeil?
We're putting the body back in the hole, though. Recovering it up.
Okay.
Wiping down fingerprints in that area.
Okay.
Our fingerprints.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Making sure we don't have any stink or funk on us, man.
Good point.
Yeah, we get some
or body
all-purpose
body juice on us or anything. We make
No,
sure
it's
we check each other. We do a check. We look at each other. Is there anything on you? Okay, man, you're
When
cool.
we check Van Helsing, we find pockets full of glass eyes.
Sparky's got some like crusty blood under his fingernails.
Yeah, we clean all that up.
All right.
We clean that all up.
All right. So you get back to the King's Head Inn in Canich about 10 minutes later, driving to
I'll
town.
light up a big cigar.
Place is empty, except for old Fergus. He's back there behind the counter reading the newspaper. And you're just gonna go down to the constable's office.
Yeah.
Okay. You meet Sandy McNeil. This guy right here. Constable McNeil. Square-jawed and rangy. Ginger-headed, with friendly eyes that comprehend, but rarely judge. And he's a friendly fellow. He greets you as you come walking into the office. And says, the visitors that I heard of. So how are you enjoying your stay in Canich, gentlemen?
I'm afraid we've stumbled into something at the Hancock house that you should go investigate.
Stumbled into something, you say?
Yeah, we were we went to go check out the Hancock house and smelled something from the upstairs and found the body of Mr. Hancock.
You don't say. Where did you find the body?
I didn't think we were saying we were finding the body.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were. Why the fuck are we here?
No, because we were going to tell him we just had a smell. There was a smell upstairs. Something
Yeah.
wrong. Go check it out.
Okay, rewind.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Smell, you
Oh,
say.
wait. Everything Kyle said up until we found the body,
Yeah, okay.
and then I'll introduce myself as I'm Dr. Van Helsing, and we smelled the distinct smell of decay. Now, in my line of work, I rarely need more than this or this, and I smelled something of a great concern.
What were you gentlemen doing up at Henry's house?
Oh, we have the keys for the house. We know the family. We're basically trying to find out what happened to him.
You know the family?
Yeah.
In what way?
Oh, we've been hired to do a little investigation, just to look in to see where he was.
So Henry's son Jacob sent you. Jacob Hancock. What else did you find up there?
That's it. As soon as we smelled the odor, we decided we would come down and talk to you immediately because we're concerned about what could have possibly happened.
So he kind of turns to Dr. Van Helsing. He says, Doctor, the smell. So you think that there may be a body hidden in the house? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying it's a concern. The smell of decay is pretty foul.
We got to the top of the stairs. We smelled it, and then we turned around and came immediately here to tell you.
And distinctive. And given my line of work, I've smelled it before.
He walks back behind his desk and he gets his hat and he puts it on.
It just got official, guys.
And he says, would you accompany me to the house? And he gets his billy club, and it kind of sticks it like this.
This is what I was afraid of. Now we're going to take the fucking chest all the way back with us to the damn house.
Tightens his belt. Gentlemen, accompany me to the house, if you will.
Sure.
Let's have a look around, shall we?
All right.
So you guys go back up to the house with them, and it doesn't take long for old Sandy McNeil to find the body.
He's a sharp one. He's
yeah.
sharp.
Great sleuthing work, Sandy.
Yeah.
You, sir,
I'm like, oh my
are,
god.
are a detective.
I am
Yeah.
horrified.
He actually rides his bike up there. You know, you guys are following him in your car, and he's riding his bike up the hill. But yeah, it doesn't take him long to find the body. And he shows his gratitude. You know, he's like, gentlemen, this is a good thing. Inspector McDougal will be glad to hear that we found Mr. Hancock.
McDougal, is that the guy from Inverness?
Yes.
Yeah.
The inspector. Yeah. He says, I'll get Dr. McParlin. I'll get Henry's body to Dr. McParlin so we can give him a proper burial. And of course, I would like you all to make an official statement, if you would, as to your investigation, and how you came about coming here to Canich and investigating. Just an official statement, nothing major. And in passing, in this conversation that you guys are having with him, as you guys are getting ready to leave, he lets you know that he's been very busy the last several days trying to find this McRae baby. And he fears now that whoever's responsible for Henry Hancock's death could also be responsible for this kidnapping of this baby.
Why would you think
You
they're
think it's
connected?
the same person? Yeah.
Well, he says there's this French woman that came into town some time ago, about a month ago. And she arrived with some other outsiders, he calls them. And I'm afraid, with this foul play that we found is going on here with Henry, that there's all these rumors flying about that these outsiders have evil intentions. Some people are even calling them witches and so forth. I mean, I don't believe in such, but it's not unheard of, for modern day witches to kidnap babies and such, unfortunately. So it just kind of in passing, he tells you that this case he's been working on, and finding Henry's body could go a long way into giving him, probable cause to bring in some people for questioning and such. So he thanks you, and he lets you know if there's anything that he can do to help, your investigations, to let him know.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and the same thing goes. If you were to ever need help, you should call on us.
Is there anything you can tell us about this French woman and where she might be?
He says, I know nothing of her. Rumor is that Ian McGinnis is somehow associated with her, whether she's a relative of his or something. I'm really not sure. I've not met her. I don't even know her name. But rumor has it is that she's been seen with Ian McGinnis and what's his name? Willie Wassel, who's a handyman, one of McLennan's handymen that lives out there with him. And
Constable, what about the wanted poster in the post office?
which one?
The dark-haired, villainous-looking guy.
Oh, the Englishman?
Yes.
Belphegor, I think was his name. Yes.
What about him?
I mean, it seems awfully suspicious that you have this other person coming in from where's he from? He's from London?
Yeah, he's wanted for questioning in relation to some murders in London. Yes.
And that seems awfully coincidental, doesn't it? This person would be down here at the same time. You're having problems with these outsiders. That just seems odd.
What do you think that this man has something to do with it?
It's possible. I mean, he is a murderer and he is an outsider. Maybe he's another conspirator.
His MO seems to match with some of the things that are going on around here.
Yeah. I mean, did you look at his face? You can't. Plus, he's an Englishman.
Oh, yes, yes.
Mm.
He says, you know, there's another Englishman in town. His name's Tommy Hayes. Friendly sort, but he's also drawn some, you know, ire of the local residents. You know, some of the local residents, they don't like Englishmen too much, and they tend to blame, you know, Mr. Hayes for any wrongdoing. I mean, even missing sheep, they're blaming Mr. Hayes for it nowadays. So he's another one that I should probably
Does he have a
question.
sheep? Does he have a sheep problem? What's his deal?
Quite possible. Quite possible.
This is pretty funny. Scotsman accusing an English guy of swiping sheep. Like we're almost to a feud here.
First sheep, and next it'll be a cow.
Yeah. Speaking of cows, you need a cow for the sword ritual, right?
I know. Is that what, does the constable say that?
No.
Oh.
He leans in. You know, you need a cow for the sword ritual. What? What did you just say, dude?
No.
What did you say to me, man? Oh my god.
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. Just
Yeah.
about your business.
If he were one of the coven members, I probably would do that. But you know, obviously he's a good guy, so nothing supernatural about Constable McNeil.
Except for his fantastic biking skills.
Yes.
Right. Oh yes, of course.
Yeah.
You know, if you do, he also says if you need any bicycles repaired, he's very good at repairing bicycles.
Right.
Okay, good to know, Constable.
Awesome.
So
That picture is pretty forthright.
Yeah, he's on the case. You know, he says he's going to bring in some people for questioning. Can.
We'll be careful.
And he asks you guys, you know, what are your plans? I understand you're staying at the King's Head Inn. How long do you plan on staying in Canich?
We may stay for a little while. We're going to go on a short little trip here, but we'll be back shortly.
Very well. Well, duty calls. He hops on his bicycle and rides away.
Awesome.
I want to hear like the little
Dudley
bike.
do right, man.
The bike wheel. Ching 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 ching.
Like, squeak, 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 squeak. All right, so you guys are planning on heading back to Inverness then, eh?
Yes.
We got to find ourselves a locksmith.
All right. Well, we got a little time here left, so we can do that. Kind of wrap this into a little narrative here. So you guys load up your shit into the limo. You guys have like a 8-seat limo. That's like the best thing you could find in Inverness to bring down here, right?
It seems a little ostentatious, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, it's kind of old and rickety, you know.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to start. It's not like a luxury limo or anything.
Okay, good. Yeah, we haven't had the guy come in with the elephant wax and get the seats revived and shit like
No,
that.
it's just the most practical thing you can find. I mean, so you guys load up your shit into the limo and hop in. So this is late in the day. Let's look at some dates here and figure this out real quick, just so we can keep track of time. So that was Monday. It's Tuesday, August 26th. So it's the middle of summer. Tom, you had started studying the
For the sword.
Necronomicon. Blessed Blade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's been about a week so far. And I think, what did we have for that? Just
Thought it was 2 weeks.
I think it was 2 weeks, yeah. So not much longer will it take you. And then it will also be, I think the silversmith said 2 weeks for the blade, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he said for sure. I just figured it'd be done in time, but yeah, I don't know if we.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah, sure.
yeah, so it'll be another, week and a half or so before the blade's even ready. So let me ask, since it's late in the day on a Tuesday, do you guys want to travel through the night up to Inverness? It's I don't know, let me look at the map again here.
Just it was like 5 hours or something like that.
Yeah, let's see. It says right here in the notes, it's about 30 miles to Inverness from Canage. So,
It's not bad.
so it's not that far. It's probably about a 2-3 hour drive, maybe a little bit longer than that, because you guys are in the mountains, and these roads can be pretty dangerous. So let me ask, do you guys want to do night traveling, which could be dangerous, or do you want to wait until the morning to leave?
We travel at night. It's 30 minutes. We'll drive slow.
It's 30 miles.
I'm sorry, 30 miles.
Yeah.
So that's.
It's a couple hours, probably.
And what time is it?
It's like late afternoon. You got about 3 hours. Well, I guess about 3 hours of daylight.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah, let's.
Okay. As you guys are driving out of town, you guys are about 30 minutes driving north along the Stroy Road, along the River Glass. And after, who's driving, by the way?
Let's see here.
Give me the seating arrangement. It's an 8-seater, so there's like 3 rows of seats, like front, middle, and back.
My drive is a standard 20.
My driving is a 22.
And mine as well. So
I have a shotgun.
So you're riding shotgun.
sure, I'll drive.
And I'll ride shotgun with
I'm driving slowly and cautiously, Sean.
All right, Alessio's driving.
Slowly and cautiously.
Van Helsing's in the front passenger seat, right?
Yep.
And where's Sparky sitting? Second or third row?
I'll sit in the.
Watch your crossfire, Tom. Watch your crossfire, man. Don't be shooting across my face with that shotgun, okay?
Copy that.
I guess I'll sit in the row behind the guys.
Actually, wait a minute. Let Lee be in the front, I'll be in the middle, and Kyle, you be in the third seat. And that way, there is no crossfire. I can go from one side of the car to the other and shoot.
Very good.
All right.
All right. Well,
How much cocaine has the doctor done today?
Not too much. The smell of the dead body brought me back to my old profession. It kind of made me feel, close to home again.
Right. Okay.
Tom's only done a half gram today.
Right.
Plus one for sanity for smelling a corpse.
Right. Exactly. Plus one.
All right. So Leslie, you're driving along. It's kind of a bumpy ride. You're kind of going uphill and downhill, and then you're kind of going around these curves, going down these mountains and shit. And you get down off of the side of the mountain where Canich is situated, and you're kind of getting down closer into some of the lower lands. And the doctor's sitting in the seat behind you. He's got the Necronomicon open in the on his lap back there, and he's like he's mumbling to himself, studying this, making notes, about this blessed blade thing that he's studying. And Sparky, you're sitting in the third row seat back there, and you're kind of wondering like how Jacob's doing, like.
I wonder if he got that letter I sent him.
Right. Yeah, you're kind of wondering, like, I wonder how Jacob's doing. And Alessio.
Damn, he left me a lot of money. All right.
And it's kind of dusk now. The sun has gone down, but there's still some, twilight essence going on here as you guys are driving down down this mountain. And Alessio, you see the headlights of a vehicle coming down the road towards you, kind of up the side. There's this mountain road, okay, and there's like a pretty sheer drop off to your right, and there's another car coming up the road towards you.
Okay.
As it gets closer, you can see the silhouettes of 2 figures sitting in the front. It looks like sort of like a French car or something. It's kind of small, but you can see the headlights. You can see the silhouettes of two figures, one sitting in the driver's seat, one sitting in the passenger seat. And as they
okay, go ahead.
As they get closer, you realize you're going to have to kind of slow down almost to like a slow crawl in order to let these two cars kind of pass in the road. So you kind of slow down a little bit. As you do, you see one of the man in the passenger seat, poke himself out of the passenger window, and he's got a shotgun
God damn it.
pointed out of the window at your car.
And my gun is right fucking back at him.
So I drop for cover, you know, dashboard, man. Still, am I on the left-hand side of the road?
We're in Britain, so I'm assuming back then it was the same as it is now. So you're actually on the right side. So the passenger side is to your left.
Okay.
And you see that there's a sheer drop off of a fucking cliff, basically.
See, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I moved the car to the left side of the road, man. I hugged that corner.
Okay.
Right. I moved to that side. And give Tom the shot on the opposite side window, right?
All right, let me make a roll here.
Is there a woman in the car too?
A woman driver, preposterous.
They look like men, actually.
She's a man, baby.
All right. Boom! You see the smoke fly out of the barrel of the shotgun as he lets a slug loose, and it hits the car. In front, you can see the steam starts coming out of the front of your car.
Oh, fuck.
Right.
What are you doing, Alessio?
Well, if I can.
You're kind of hugging this, there's a cliff going down on the right side of the road. There's a cliff going up on the left side of the road.
Right. So I'm on the left. I'm hugging the cliff.
The road's just wide enough for two cars to pass, each other.
Right.
The car is about 40 yards away from you. You see him crack the barrel of the shotgun open, and he's reloading the shell.
So you want me to ram this guy?
Push him over the edge. That'll take an auto roll.
Well, no, I'm saying I'm going to move to the left-hand side of the road and just go. I don't want to be on the cliff side. I want to be on the inside of the road.
I agree with that. Stay on the inside. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. You guys are going to have to. What kind of weapons do you have, Sparky?
I'm gonna shoot. I want
a shotgun, right?
Shoot that elephant gun.
You got the shotgun. Who's got the elephant gun? Who's got the shotgun?
I've got the shotgun.
Sawed-off shotgun's not going to do much at 50 yards.
I was gonna do the flare gun, guys, because I've got a good pistol skill. And
do that, man.
I was gonna shoot that directly at the driver's side to kind of just fry his eyes.
Dude, do that, man.
Yeah.
At 50 yards, it's like long range for anything but a rifle at this point. Keep in mind.
I'll hold until they get closer.
Can I use the elephant gun?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I use the elephant gun.
All right. So you crack it open, pop a couple shells into it. You see a little French car slow down to a slow crawl. Lee or Alessio, your limo starts kind of sputtering. It feels like it's going to stall, but it's still running.
Yeah. And we're on the downward slope, right?
Yeah, you're on a downward slope.
So if I have to, man, I'll throw it into neutral and let the brake off and let it roll. But I'm trying to stay on the left-hand side. I pull a hatch out and put it next to me.
Okay.
I'm like, shoot those motherfuckers.
All right.
I shoot.
All right. Their car kind of slows down to a stop. All right, Tom, let's look at the stats for the elephant gun just real quick.
What kind of weapons do you have, Sparky? Do you have a shotgun?
I don't, but the only reason why I don't is I really don't have any sort of skill at it. So
I
if
don't-
I'm going to do anything, man, I'm going to use that flare gun. That's why I got it.
Gotcha.
All
As soon
right.
as you get into range, man, fry him.
Yeah.
Fry him.
Double barrel elephant gun. Base range is 100 yards. All right, you're pretty good with a rifle, aren't you, Doctor?
Absolutely.
From all those years deer hunting with your uncle. All right, well, give me a rifle roll. There's no penalty dice or anything because you're well within range for the slug of the elephant gun.
You
Now
shooting this guy with the shotgun, Tom?
The elephant one.
Now you have a choice. You can fire one barrel or two.
Oh, two.
Two
If
barrels.
you fire two, you take
Yeah.
damage, though.
Yeah, two barrels is going to do a D4 of damage to you. And if you fail to hit, you'll also drop the rifle.
Shoot the guy who's shooting at us first, Tom, and then you'll have the second barrel to shoot the driver.
This
All right, how
thing's
many
like
hit
what?
points are you
Like
first? Hold on.
60 caliber or some shit.
They're like 455 Express, 454 Weatherby Magnum. They're giant shells, man.
the
They're
shells
like
aren't
they're
that long, man.
they're
fucking
they're
huge.
big old, and they're huge. They're big old chunky shells, man. They look like shotgun rounds, but they're not. They're centerfire cartridge rounds.
It's got quite a kick. Kicks like a mule, as they say.
Yeah.
So one barrel or two, Doctor.
One barrel. I'll wait, and then I'll shoot the other one on the other one. Where is my rifle? Where the hell is it?
It's under firearms. It's listed as F alphabetically. So if it'll say firearms R/S.
Oh, got it. Okay. And green or gray?
You can just roll green since you have no bonus or penalty dice.
Yay! See, you were worried about not making rolls, Tom.
One.
Kaboom!
Oh, I should ask what's your target? Passenger, driver.
Oh, got the gun.
You got the gun. Okay. Where your damage is 3d6 plus 4.
3d6.
Jeez
Oh my god,
Louise,
this
man.
guy's about to have a really bad day.
But it's true, because if you got hit in the arm with one of those rounds, it would just vaporize your arm. You die from the concussive shock, man.
Okay.
Well, I think this guy probably died.
15 points.
Yeah. Well, he does get a die for cover here. Check. Let's see. I want to do this right now. So you got a 31, which gives you a regular success. For him to die for cover, I should have actually had him dodge first. Sorry. Let's see what he's got for dodge.
Oh, but he forgot. He didn't know I was armed.
So he thought he was coming up on an unarmed target.
Yeah.
No,
Is he reloading? Is he reloading?
I think
He was.
elephant gun being aimed at him.
Maybe his eyes aren't good.
55. All right, so here's how this works, okay? He's got a 55 dodge. He makes his dodge roll. It would basically give you a penalty die on your to hit roll. So let's see if he can. He fails. All right.
Good.
So what he does actually is he sees you aiming at him with the fucking thing, and he has just reloaded a shotgun. He opens the door and attempts to kind of jump out of the car, which is just a slow roll now. But you hit him. And
Like the rabbit skeet. Boom!
I scream, pardon this crude interruption. Boom!
yeah, you see his hands like fly up like this, and his shotgun just kind of falls to the ground, and he falls kind of crumpled in a fetal position on the road next to the car.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh, we gotta kill the driver, man.
And I
We're
shoot the
moving.
driver
we're
next
moving.
opportunity.
And we gotta take their vehicle anyway. So,
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we are going to have to take the vehicle.
yeah. So when you
Watch
shoot
for others.
shoot the driver. Don't shoot the actual vehicle.
Coming up on us. They may not be the only one.
It's true, but we got to get rid of these guys first. That's for
All
sure.
right, let's look at dexterity here. Sparky.
Kill.
Sparky, you gonna do anything at this point?
Well, can I fire a flare at this guy?
It's
Yeah.
still long range with the flare gun. You're gonna get a penalty.
Okay, I'm gonna wait until we get closer then.
Okay. Let's look at a flare gun just real quick here. It's probably under
The
explosive.
flare pistol.
Yeah, signal handgun, they call it. Holy
Signal
shit, the damage is 1d10 plus 1d3 burn.
Yeah, man, you would not want to get hit with a flare. That would be horrible.
Yeah, base range for a flare gun is 10 yards, dude. You gotta
So
be,
you got to be close.
you gotta be
Oh,
pretty
we'll
close.
be within 10 yards, so soon.
We will.
Yeah, they're still like good 40 yards away.
Okay, we're rolling.
Okay. So Alessio, what are you doing?
I'm keeping the car straight, got the hatchet next to me, and we're moving, man, on the left-hand side. I'm trying to get Tom in the best position so he can shoot the driver next.
Okay.
I'm making myself small in the front seat.
All right. You guys are at 30 yards. The other car stops. You see the driver kind of hunched down below the steering wheel, and he crawls out. And you see his hand reach out, and he picks up the shotgun off the ground next to his passenger. Now we're back to Dr. Van Helsing.
Blow his ass away.
Shoot the bastard.
Thankfully, you use prudence and you have another barrel ready to go.
Somebody came up with a great idea.
All right, this guy's inside the car, so he's got some cover.
This
So
is
this-
going to be.
I wasn't able to shoot him as he was reaching.
no,
Bastard.
I mean you can kind of see him. I mean, but he's basically going to have a little bit of cover. Let me make a cover roll for him. So he's going to have
It's a wicked big round.
60. You know what? He's not going to try to dodge. So what you want to do, Tom, is roll roll your firearm skill, or you're going to have a penalty die this time. So
Okay.
click the gray button, and you're going to look at the -1 row for that.
But I can use luck if necessary, right?
No, you can't use luck in combat rolls.
Shit.
That would be unfair. So look at that. With the -1, it's still a success.
Damn right, dude.
Nice shot, Doctor.
Yeah,
See,
so-
you were saving all your rolls for this time. I told you.
You're right. You're right.
The right time.
yeah. He will have.
3d6 plus 4.
Yep, he will have some armor points from the car, though. I'm gonna give him. I think the book suggests like five points of armor. So whatever you roll -5 is gonna be your damage for that. Holy shit!
17.
Fucked him up, man.
17, baby.
12.
You blow the door off, which is sad news for us. And you
Dude,
kill.
go look at some people firing these guns on YouTube. You know, if you want to see that, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
These things are
think-
cannons.
One of you sent that on Discord, didn't you?
Yeah, there's a post. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Boom! Your round goes right through the front of the car, and you see blood splatter all over the fucking inside of the windshield. And you hear a cry like, "Oh!" At
Pulp
this
Fiction.
point, Lee, Alessio,
Flare to the.
you're really close now. You're like 20 yards away from this other car now, which is kind of in the
Right.
middle of the road, though.
Right.
Do you see movement?
I definitely
He's still
I'm-
moving in there.
like get the flare gun ready, and I try to aim
Yeah.
the car so I run over the guy that's on the ground. I run over his head, man.
Well, you're gonna have. Looks like you're gonna have to try to. You're gonna have to try to squeeze the limo between the car and the cliff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you see like the top of his head kind of poke up, behind the steering wheel inside. He's still moving.
Okay. As I go by, I throw a hatchet at him.
Well, wait, am I close enough to shoot around at
Hold
him?
on. First, I need you to make a drive roll, Lee.
Oh man, there's no way.
Okay, and if you fail, basically you're going to kind of crash into the car, and your car's going to stop. If you succeed,
Okay.
you'll be able to kind of slide past the car. Okay.
As long as you don't go
Okay.
over the.
Nope.
Oh.
I thought, yeah, that was
All right,
what-
Yeah.
all right. So you're like this, and there's like steam coming out of your fucking radiator. It kind of blinds you for a minute. And you're like, ah, and boom, your car crashes into the front of the little French car and kind of pushes the French car sideways on the road. Now your car is kind of stuck, butted up against the other car, and you're at a stop. And there's
All
this
right, well,
fucking steam coming out of the front of your car.
I jump out of the front, man.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
reloading.
Click. You open the door. All right.
Yeah.
Sparky.
All right, I pop out and I pop around directly into this fucker's face. Bam!
All right, so you can't see much. You kind of come around the front of your car, the front of the limo. And you see this kind of fair-haired, Scottish-looking dude, kind of in these dirty clothes, and he's kind of laying down in the front seat, and it looks like he's fumbling, trying to reload this shotgun. And he kind of sees you out of the corner of his eye, and he looks at you like this, and you got the gun like right in his face.
Ask him questions instead. Grab him. Grapple him.
What are you
Because
doing?
if you burn the car up, we can't drive that away.
Van Helsing's
Yeah,
yelling something about.
All right, listen, no, I'm just like put the gun down or lose your fucking brains.
Okay. What are you doing, Van Helsing?
I run out there with my shotgun, my sawed-off one,
Okay.
and I grab the guy and I pull him out of the car with the thing.
Whoa, hold on. What's the doctor's dexterity?
Oh.
Curiosity. He's at 50. That's pretty good. You're able to get out of the car, Van Helsing, okay?
Okay.
You've got the elephant gun with you still?
No, I'm going to use my double-barrel sawed-off, which is still loaded.
All right. You drop the elephant gun. You get out of the car. You grab your shotgun. And you walk up. You're kind of standing behind Sparky. No, okay. Sparky, you see he continues. He pops around, and it looks like a 20 gauge shotgun.
What
I
was-
pull the
He
trigger.
pops around, and he he cracks the barrel, and he pops around, and he's looks like he's not listening to you. Okay.
Fire in
Okay,
his face,
We're-
man.
Actually, we're back to Alessio.
I throw a hatchet right at him, man, right into his forehead.
All right,
All right,
so you're getting out of the car and you're approaching them as well. So now we're back to you, Sparky.
Okay, I shoot him.
All right, you shoot him with the thing. Okay.
Flare gun right in the face.
We're going to lose
Alright.
the car.
All right, you're
It's
gonna
gonna
get
it's gonna be like that scene in Judge Dredd where he shoots the hot shot.
Yep.
All right, you're gonna have a bonus die to hit. He is going to try to jump for cover the best he can. And so click the gray die, Kyle, for firearm handgun. Oh, so we're looking at +1 with a bonus die is a fail. You miss him. So the flare hits the driver's seat and starts burning. There's fucking black smoke coming out of the front end of the car. And now we're back to Van Helsing.
Push Sparky out of the way and shove the gun in
Yeah, man.
the.
Sparky, I'll cover you.
This is the one time that I say, okay, push me out of the way and shoot, man.
To push him out of the way. I mean, Sparky's just kind of standing like 5 feet away from this guy, and he lets the flare loose, and the guy kind of whizzes right by his head, and hits the seat. Now the seat's fucking set on fire by this flare. Van Helsing, you're kind of standing behind Sparky right now.
Green
What are
or
you doing?
gray?
Well, you're at point blank range, so click gray because you're gonna get a bonus die. So with the bonus die, it's +1. So it's a +1 roll. It's also a fail.
Ooh.
Terrible rolls, dude. You rolled a 95 and an 82.
Can I
Was
shoot
that
the
just
other
one
barrel and roll again?
Well, no, if it's both barrels, it's one roll for both barrels.
I think
Oh.
this is going to be Alessio's time to shine.
All right, Alessio.
So
Bring it, baby.
Wait a minute, though.
Get some of that sweet hatchet action going.
Oh shit! He goes. Somebody's gonna get shot with a shotgun.
Oh, fuck.
Let me see. Everything's just a little chaotic in the smoke and fire and steam, and remember, all of this has happened in like 10 or 15 seconds. All right, it's gonna be at Sparky. So Sparky, you have the option to jump for cover, which means you can make a dodge roll, and if you get at least equal success or higher against his firearm roll, he will get a penalty die in his roll. But that also means that you're going to have to forego your next attack.
Okay. Oh, well, then I'm going to definitely dodge, man.
Okay, we'll roll your dodge then. And he's going to roll his shotgun.
I rolled a 1.
Dude,
Nice.
he
Dude,
cartwheels.
you're a ninja.
All right, so he's got a 50% net. What that does is that gives him a penalty die on his roll. Oh shit, that's a critical.
Yeah, it's a 1.
So look at that. Because you successfully dodged, he has 1 penalty die at -1, so that makes him fail.
Yay! And bonus, Sparky lives.
He
Because a shotgun shell would not be good.
Yep, he misses. Make sure you check dodge.
I will. Thank you for reminding me. I was so excited about it, I didn't check it.
So let's make this interesting. So Sparky, you see him, he loads the shell into the shotgun, he kind of raises it to point it at you, and you've got this empty flare gun in your hand. The car's on fire now. You reach out your left hand and try to grab the barrel to kind of push it away from you, and you do. You've got the end of the barrel of the gun, you kind of push it out of the way, it's like, boom! So now I think we're back to, where was that? Alessio?
Can you pull the gun out of his hand?
Yeah.
You
I might be
can,
able to.
you can do that with a fighting brawl roll, yes.
Okay.
It's a maneuver. You know?
Okay.
So Alessio, Sparky's got the guy's gun kind of like this.
Oh, he does. Okay, so I'll strike him with my machete right in the face.
All right.
I run right up. I'm like, fuck. Try to bury it.
Go ahead.
And does he take any burning damage from the burning flame?
He will soon, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. Where's my skill? All right.
It's burning. The way burning works is cool. You get a luck roll. If you fail your luck roll, you're on fire basically.
Fuck, man. I missed.
Mm. Okay. So
Okay.
let's do that for him. What is his luck? Oh my god. By the way, this guy has been hit by a fucking elephant gun. All right. Yeah, so the car is now kind of this rush of fire comes up through the driver's side window, and it's like suddenly all this material catches a flame in the front of the car, and he's engulfed in flames, and he begins screaming, "Ah!" We're back to Sparky.
I'm going to try to pull the gun out of his hands.
All right, just give me a fighting brawl with a bonus die. So click the gray button. So with a bonus, it's a hard success. You grab the gun out of his hands.
Okay.
Van Helsing.
Can I pull him out of the car, the burning car?
Yeah. He's
trying to do that.
Yeah, he's not on fire per se, but
I try to do that. Now that he's disarmed, I try to pull him out of the car.
okay, give me a fighting brawl roll.
Sorry, stand by. How do you guys do that so fast? Fighting brawl, green.
You just keep your character sheet open in a separate window. Or double click the top of it and it kind of shrinks it down to a little tab on your tabletop so you can open it quickly.
Okay. Green or gray?
Gray, because you're going to get a bonus die.
What I get?
Okay, you're having trouble pulling him out of the car.
He's burning.
Oh my
Sorry.
god, he's still alive though, surprisingly, and conscious. He's screaming. Ah! He can't take any actions though, dude. He's fucked up big time. So now we're back to Alessio. The doctor's trying to drag him out of the car. He's like, "Arr! Arr!"
I'm thinking we can question him. Is why I'm trying to save him. Then we'll kill him.
Oh man. All right. Is Tom really trying to save the guy?
Just so I
Really?
can question him.
Alessio tries to pull him out of the car by putting a hatchet into his head and then jerking as hard as he can. And once it makes contact with the skull.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to swing again on this guy. I don't like the cut of his jib.
Yeah, you could do a knockout blow if you wanted to do that.
No, I just swing the machete at him and strike him with it.
Got a hard hit.
All right, did you hit? Oh.
Yeah.
All right, roll your damage for the machete.
All right. Let's see here.
So I'm pulling on his hand, and his hand comes off of my arm. He's flexed it off. Boom.
That sounds great. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that.
Yeah, yeah, that's what happens.
Nice.
That guy's got to be dead.
Hold on, plus. Hold on, plus 1 to 4.
Oh yeah, he's a big guy.
That's my strength bonus. Chop,
Yeah.
chop.
All right, so Alessi, you hack his arm off at the fucking shoulder. Blood squirts everywhere. He's like, "Ah!" And he kind of rolls out of the car, unconscious, onto the ground. And Van Helsing, you're left standing with the guy's arm in your hand.
Well, I was hoping that his blood would spray all over the car fire and put it out.
How's that for an Evil Dead ending?
Oh, well,
Awesome.
there's blood everywhere. The other guy is lying on the road nearby, and he took a round right to the chest. Man, there's a huge fucking hole in his chest. He's dead, very dead.
So is the car salvageable, or is it just going to burn?
No,
Basically.
it's burning.
Okay, so we throw the other body in there. We'll search the bodies if we can. Throw them into the burning car and push it over the cliff.
Wait,
All
and
right.
we got to move our car away from it, so our car doesn't catch on fire, if we can. Or is our car dead, not moving?
Yeah, so you do a quick search of the bodies. There's nothing on them. They have nothing at all on them.
Okay, we throw them in the burning
The car
vehicle.
now is entirely in flames.
And we
you
throw
know,
the
you guys
bodies
were
in.
able- You guys were able to kind of, push it over the edge, and you see it careen over the edge and just, smash into a million pieces below. And
Does it explode when it gets to the bottom?
oh yeah, huge fireball, boom! And then all of a sudden you realize, it's almost dark now. And it kind of lights up the freaking countryside down there.
It's like an episode of Toots the Cat.
Yeah. And your limo now, it's stalled. It's not running. So and when you try to start it, it's like, all right, we won't kick over. I mean, even a hand crank, you can't get it started.
Can we roll? I mean, are we going downhill at all still?
Yeah, you could roll it downhill, but there's an inherent danger in that, of course. I mean, you gotta wonder how good are the brakes in this thing. But yeah, we'll do that next session.
Maybe we can try some mechanical repair rolls just
Maybe.
to see if we
Yeah.
hit the 20%.
Right.
And we saved these guys other shotgun, so we keep it. So we have 2 shotguns now.
Yeah, it's just a 20 gauge shotgun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for like hunting,
Yeah, that's stuff, man.
Nicely done, guys.
Sending the hit squad after us.
Yeah,
Yes,
nice rolls at the end, fellas.
that was
Yeah, at
good.
the end, there were some terrible rolls during that.
Yeah, there were. But then there were some
Point blank.
amazing rolls after that.
Yeah, point blank miss.
And then the critical dodge.
Yeah,
You guys
it
are
was
a little. You guys are a little rusty. It's been a while since New York.
Yeah. We do much better when we're dealing with water-cooled machine guns mounted to the back of trucks.
awesome.
Yeah,
I don't know. Hacking that arm felt good. That was good.
Yeah, you did good. Hey, while we're at it, guys, let's see. In my own selfish interest here, it sounds like everybody's in for Colorado on May 10th to the 14th.
that works for
I'm
me.
a very strong yes.
Okay.
Very well, I should say very strong maybe. I got a new job I'm starting on the 12th of February. So
Okay.
as long as I can get out and nothing blows up, it shouldn't, because my busy season should be over at that point. But again, not being in there yet, I don't know, but I should be able to go, yes. Because it's just over the
Okay.
weekend, right? It's a long weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, well, if that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and book my flight because, the tickets are just going up in cost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we can start figuring out where we're going to stay and rental cars and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll do the same.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll do the
strong
same.
enough that I'm going to book a flight. So that's how.
Okay.
I'm
Cool.
going to probably fly out of Tampa, Tom, because the flight's
Okay.
cheaper out of there.
Cool. All right. You sent us that flight stuff, right? So I can make sure I get the same flight as you and everything else.
Yeah, well, let's see what's out there now, and I'll send you what I find.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, and Alex,
What's the best way to?
Alex
Oh.
may be able to come as well. I might be able
Okay.
to.
Cool.
Cool, man.
Excellent.
Best way, Kyle, is to email me.
We'll see. Oh, best way. What?
Email me your flight information.
Okay, got it.
See you, man. Well, great game,
And
guys.
on another note, Sean, on
Yeah,
another
good
note, you have a package coming from us to you. It's a belated Christmas present, so look for a package in the mail soon. There you go.
Okay. Goodness gracious.
There you go. It's coming.
Awesome. Thanks.
It's
Excellent.
coming. I get to see Sean, like dancing in front of his mailbox, like it's almost here.
The bloody head is here.
Yes. Let me know when your bloody head gets there. Yes.
Awesome. Cool, man. Thanks.
All
All right. Well, I'm gonna go plan for the next session.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see how far these guys are willing to follow you. It's
How
on.
How far are we from Innisbrook or whatever?
Inverness, we shouldn't be too far.
Well, your guys were only about 20 or 30 minutes out of Canage, so it's still another hour and a half.
Oh, they came at us hard right away,
We're
huh?
close to the
Yeah,
Canage.
And now with a disabled vehicle, that kind of puts you in a bit of a predicament.
Yeah.
Especially when you get down off the mountain, it's like you can't coast the whole way to Inverness. So
It's not all downhill.
With a 150-pound chest in the trunk.
here's what I'm imagining is the cross-country manhunt in the dark of the Highlands. You guys being chased by a coven of witches. Let's just put it that way, out in the fucking wilderness. It's gonna be interesting.
Oh shit.
That's just one
Hey.
scenario.
Yeah, but here's a possibility. I know I don't have my wardrobe with us, but maybe I can disguise us as witches.
Oh, there you go.
How do you know?
Like some really poor witch disguises, like carrots as noses.
Yeah.
No, we're witches. Don't you see?
Like a witch.
We're witches.
Dude, it might be time for us to throw down and summon an airy traveler.
Yeah.
We might have to.
And take our chest at least and hide it somewhere.
No, we're gonna do it like we're gonna have the airy travelers carry us like the eagles.
Oh,
and,
I like that idea.
out of the trees in Lord of the Ring, or not Lord, but the Hobbit.
Yeah, I got that. Okay. I like it.
All three of them go shrieking all the way to Inverness.
Give me a ride. Yeah. I want to ride on the back of it like a dragon. Roar!
Yeah, I don't know though, guys. It could be bad. I mean,
It is gonna be bad.
it could be bad.
Well, I mean, the other option, of course, is 30 minutes back to the town isn't too far. I mean, that's the other option.
Canage is a lot closer than
Yep.
Inverness.
I mean, that's the
It's
other
all
option.
uphill, but
Still better than, yeah. I mean, that's the only option we have is to get back there.
Yep.
yeah, they could, just hopefully they don't decide to send like a vengeance bearer after you or something. I don't know. Things are gonna get pretty bad here pretty quick.
It'll be legendary. The fight back to the town, blood-strewn, muddy path, raw,
Yeah.
severed arms and ears and.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. That was great.
Yeah,
I
good.
know I was supposed to try to get with you on
All right,
Sunday
guys.
with the character, but I just couldn't do it. Sunday was we had gas
Good game,
for
guys.
Saturday, and
All right.
Sunday
Well,
was
just maybe
covered.
next weekend, Tom. Just let me know.
all right. Oh, and you said you've heard of that that game that I was talking about, the D&D like game?
Yeah. Dungeon Crawl Classics.
Yeah.
I've never played it, but I have a PDF of the rulebook and I've kind of skimmed through it. It looks
Okay.
pretty cool, man.
Because I'm playing this Friday with some guys, so I'm going to let you know how it is. So we'll see.
Yeah.
You
I
never know.
think it'll be fun, dude. It's kind of cool. It's got like modern mechanics, but it's like old basic D&D. I think there's only like 3 classes and 2 races, and in both races, like they're only or 3 races maybe, and each race is its own class. So it's very kind of, limited in its scope, kind of like basic D&D. Remember basic D&D, how like you could be a fighter, a magic user, a cleric, or a thief, and that was it, or an elf, which was its own class. So it's
Okay.
kind of like that.
That sounds okay. That's how he described it. What I
Yeah.
like is the way the spells work. It's like if you cast like, Wall of Thorns, you
Mhm.
roll percentile, and it tells you how successful you were. So
Yeah.
if like a 1 through a 5, it didn't go off. If you roll, or like a 1, you put the wall on top of yourself. It's an epic fail.
Yep.
But if the higher you roll, like the bigger the wall gets and the more accurate you are with it. I like that kind of thing. That was cool.
The game is full of randomness, which is why a lot of people like it, I think. Like, when you cast a spell, any of 20 different things can happen.
Exactly.
Which is pretty cool.
So,
But yeah, I've been
I
wanting to play
cast my
that.
spell. You have a delightful sandwich.
yeah.
Yeah, let me know how that goes. I bet that's going to be fun.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you.
Nothing like some swords and sorcery.
All right, good night, guys.
Yeah. Good night. Great game.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. Good night.